don't see my chat isn't populating for some reason, and I don't know why that is. And why is the quality so terrible? It's on 480. It definitely should not be on that. The fuck? Stream settings, what do I have the... I'm trying to figure out where I have the thing at, because it's just like it's not populating for some reason. It's like the quality is not sending as high as it should, when it should be sending at a lot higher, so the should look about a lot better. But, you know, we're just going to keep on going at it today. Just see how it goes. But I need to get the quality better. Stream health is excellent. Analytics. Stream settings. So I just don't like the fact that I'm looking at it and it's not as good as it should be looking. Because that's what the NVENC encoder I have it. So I may have to switch it back to fucking 8264 maybe. And that might do it. I don't know. Because it's not supposed to again. Because it should drop the connection and then it should re-establish the connection so that it looks good. Because it's still like the quality is what's bothering me. It's not showing up as it should. So it's like I know the quality should be a lot higher, but it's on, there we go. It's on 1080. 1080 now, so it'll look better. Okay. All right. I'm just leaving it simple. We're just gonna debate these people. I ain't got that time, bruh. Let me see. Why isn't this shit showing my thing? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, bro, it's not populating. Why? Like, why is this shit not populating? I can't even see the chat if somebody says something. It's on, there we go. Okay, it's on 1080. 1080 now. So it'll put this chat over here. And we'll keep it there. We're just gonna keep going and debate these people. We ain't even like shit is ridiculous. Like, I ain't got that time. You keep like it's like the more and more you watch the news, it's like the more and more shit you keep hearing that you're like trying to figure that out. Like, is that real? It's not. It's like, is this really happening right now? And you just get shit now populating. Lost that time. Like, I can't even see the chat if somebody says something. We are seeing all these things now that 1080 now. Never really put this chat. You don't see most of the shit that's going on, but it's just like it's a continuation of lack of accountability or a lack of scrutiny when it comes to ridiculous. Holding these people accountable. It's like the more and more you watch right now, Mecca don't do that. Like we just I just started seeing. I just saw a video of a senator from Utah that decided to change the law. We are seeing all these things now that his relative had as an 18-year-old against a 13-year-old. But it's just like, mind you, that it's a continuation of lack of accountability or a lack of scrutiny when it comes to ridiculous. Mind you, the age of consent. The age of fucking consent in Utah is fucking 14. So you still had somebody that was 18 do something to a 13-year-old, where regularly in Utah, that is a first-class felony, which they would get 25 years in prison. But Senator, I forget his fucking name, the senator from fucking Utah decided that he thought that after that incident of his relative doing that maybe they should change the law. Where's the accountability? So you change the law so that basically 18-year-olds, if they're in high school, if they have any sort of like conduct of that manner, if they are in high school, they would not be treated as an adult. They would be treated as a minor. Mind you, the age of consent is still there and they still haven't done that. See, and then you have, these are the same people. People like this person that is here And what is he doing? He's not actually trying to hold those Republicans accountable. He's not trying to hold those people accountable that are making his people look bad. What is he saying? Let's blame the Democrats. Is that all MAGA knows how to do? We can't blame our own people. We're just going to blame the Democrats. We just caught Republicans doing this. Let's blame the Democrats. Oh, we haven't been able to pass the. Oh, let's blame the Democrats. Let me see. The party that wants to talk about not having. You know what's funny about Republicans when they say that? The party that doesn't want to have, that wants to talk about the Democrats don't know what a man or a woman is. But then somehow it's all the Republican parties that are found in all these fucking pedophile rings. Why is that? Why is it that you keep on catching Republicans? You got one in Minnesota. You had one in Indiana. I forget what the other one was, where they were soliciting minors. Why is it that the Republican Party is always the one being caught grooming fucking kids? But, oh, let's blame the Democrats. Let's blame the Democrats that Donald Trump was on the Epstein list. How y'all figure that? Like, MAGA is that fucking dense. Like, how do you become that dense? And then you have the audacity to lie that the Republicans want the Epstein files, but the Republicans walked out on voting, and Michael Johnson basically stopped. The man stopped. You know what it is to stop a vote that the Democrats were willing to vote for, but the Republicans walked out and didn't want to take accountability and take a vote to actually release the Epstein files? So please tell me how the Republicans want this shit out, but then in the fucking committee to get the shit out, they voted no. Republicans so full of shit. Talk about, we want the Epstein files too, so then why'd you vote against it? Why'd you vote against releasing it? Why did you have to close down Congress? You closed down Congress to do that. You know what's funny? He's in the files. Like, the shit has been confirmed that he's in the files. He's in the files with a known fucking pedophile, and you still rocking with him. Bro, what? Like, what the fuck? This man was confirmed to be on the list. It's come out that Pam Bondi even told him he was on the list. Prince, I don't give a fuck about Prince Charles. Prince Charles ain't my fucking president. Prince Charles ain't my fucking president. Prince Charles ain't fucking running a country like a business that you know he's going bankrupt. He's not taking money from one place to put it into another. He's not fucking. When's the last time Prince Charles became president and decided, I want to sell a fucking gold phone? The fuck? When's the last time you seen any president trying to sell any kind of bullshit as fucking president? Like, and y'all still rocking with this dude? Like, come on, man. Y'all can't be fucking serious. Confirmed on the list. Don't tell me Democrats this, Democrats that. Your boy is on the list with a known massive fucking pedophile. Like, you know how crazy that is? Oh, damn, he had to crash out. You know that's crazy? How you have to crash out because you're part of the problem too. That's what it is with MAGA. Like, y'all fall for this stupidity. MAGA wants to continue with this nonsense. MAGA will get so mad at you and crash out just to blame you for them crashing out about something they did. Y'all said no to releasing the files. The entire committee that was there, every single Democrat voted for that list. And every single Republican voted against releasing that list. Do not tell me y'all the party of accountability, y'all the party of this, because this is how simple that shit is. This is how simple for y'all fucking piece of shit, man. If it's about the safety of the fucking victims, which I do agree with, redact their fucking names. That shouldn't be that hard. Shouldn't be that hard to just redact the names of the victims. Because those are the people you want to protect, right? So everybody that was on that list that was a victim just gets their name redacted. Everybody else, we fucking get the beat they fucking ass. That's it. That's it. It's not that fucking difficult. It's not that difficult. If you have people that get, look, there's certain states that if you get caught, there's certain states that if you get caught pissing outside, you would have to register as a sex offender. But here you have actual offenders that have been caught that are in files with one of the most notorious ones, you could say, I guess, because that's one of the biggest ones you've ever heard, the biggest trial. And then all of a sudden, y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. MAGA just forgot about the whole shit, right? It's funny, yo. It's crazy how delusional some people be. Talk about Congress didn't have nothing to do with it. So what the fuck is part of? What's a committee? Like, that's the thing. Arguing with MAGA, it's like it gets crazy because the thing is you're gonna try to tell me that there was no vote, yet there was an actual committee that they voted. And that was said. And then, oh yeah, the vote that they were trying to do was they were trying to do a vote on the Congress floor. So they did a vote in a committee, which is, I believe, 12 people. And off of that committee of 12 people, what happened? Those 12 people, what was it? 5 of them, which were the Democrats, voted yes to release them. Then the other 7 Republicans all voted no. Don't tell me you want to talk about transparency and you want to be honest and you transparent about all this bullshit. And then all of a sudden, now you have Tulsi Gabbard talking about, well, we want to do a federal prosecution on the Obama administration because, you know, they were committing treason. So let me get this straight. Appreciate you, Lord. I told you I was going to get the cut. I looking crazy. But it's just like, it's crazy. So now Tulsi Gabbard is talking about we're going to go after the Obama administration. Mind you, we have the fucking Epstein list and we have the fucking people doing it. Yet, we're going to look for Obama? So you're going to look for Obama because they were supposedly committed treason and you're just going to let the pedophiles run free. That's the Republican way, I guess, right? That's the Republican way? That's the Republican way. Let's go supposedly after Obama, which was already shown. Bro, don't give me this bullshit that fucking everybody had pictures with Diddy and stuff like that. How many pictures? Hold on. Because y'all always want to say that, right? How many videos do you have of Barack Obama with Diddy? Because I seen that video, you know the one right there. Dancing, listening to music, and they just talking and bullshitting. Yeah. Y'all remember that one, right? Y'all seen that one, right? Oh no, you didn't see that one. They didn't see that one. Oh shit, you didn't see that part. That part just happened to skip every MAGA. Like, y'all were able to find the video of supposedly people eating cats and dogs, but the video about fucking Epstein and Donald Trump, y'all couldn't find. No, y'all couldn't find that one. That one y'all couldn't find. That one, the search was fucking hard. But when people were telling you, hey, they're eating the cats and the fucking dogs, y'all somehow saw that fucking lamb being fucking roasted and thought it was a fucking dog. Bro, if you don't like it, why don't you move? You were the one that was complaining for fucking 4 years under the Biden administration, crying like a little bitch, and now all of a sudden I gotta move? I gotta move. I gotta move when your bitch ass was complaining for 4 years. Okay, got you. I got you. That makes a whole lot of fucking sense. Whole lot of sense. Republicans want all this transparency. Why ain't the fucking list out? MAGA, give me one good reason why the list ain't out. Because I already said, if it's because of the victims, redact the victims' names and let the shit out. What's your reason, MAGA? Where you at? Where you at? Any of y'all MAGA that's in the fucking chat, please tell me. Elaborate. Shit, matter of fact, educate my ass as to how you gonna fix this. How How y'all coming up with some bullshit? Oh my God, why didn't Biden let it out? Were you asking for it? Who was asking for it? Last I checked, Biden, hold up. It's funny how MAGA will be the quickest to be like, oh my God, Biden should have released the fucking thing. You forget that fucking Epstein was charged and convicted during Donald Trump's first administration. Did you forget that, you dumb fucking maggot? You must have fucking forgot that, huh? I'm mad as you completely forgot that, huh? That case was out during Biden's first administration. Funny, why didn't he release him? You ain't got to answer for that, huh? You ain't got to answer. You ain't got to answer, right? Because this all happened during the Trump administration. Yeah, he could have released him then. Oh, why the Democrats asking for it now? Because it was confirmed that President Donald Trump is in the fucking files multiple fucking times. It's not fucking rocket science. If you tell me the person that's in charge of the most powerful country in the world is a fucking pedophile, I'm going to want to see that fucking list. Because I'm going to need to confirm who else is on that list. Because that means if he's on it, who else is on it? Can you prove what you're saying? Bro, you don't pay attention to Congress, do you? You don't pay attention to anything going on. You don't actually pay attention to the committee hearings. You probably don't even know what the fuck C-SPAN is. You know what C-SPAN is? You know that channel? You ever sat down and watched that channel? No, because you never watched it. So you never saw the actual committee vote happening and the Republicans voting no. Oh, and I guess you also didn't see when Mike Johnson said, we going to cut out early of this session so we don't do this vote. Wow. Wow. My man said, I need TikTok money. Oh my gosh. Come on, bro. You need fucking education money. Because clearly MAGA isn't educated enough to comprehend the fact that, hey, you're being lied to. You've been told that there's a pedophile on a list. And what do you say? Just amazing. Show the proof. I'm sorry, but the Republicans are blocking the truth because the Republicans don't want to vote to expose the fucking list. So what do you want me to do? It's already confirmed that Trump was on it because Pam Bondi told Donald Trump, and that's already been confirmed that she told him his name was on there. I got to prove it because, yeah, I got to prove it. I got to prove that Utah senator was supporting his relative 18-year-old that was molesting a 13-year-old. I got to prove that, too. I got to prove it when the senator in Minnesota was caught on a sting soliciting a minor. That's another Republican. I could keep on coming up with all this shit. Yet, you have nothing to do. You support that. You have people taking advantage of a 13-year-old kid. Mind you, the age of consent in the state of fucking Utah is 14. He was 18, she was 13. And he got 2 charges. 2 separate charges. One of sodomy and the other one of rape. He got both those charges. And you know what the fucking Utah senator did? He made it that they changed the law. Oh, now they... That's fine. If they wanna ban me on TikTok, it's cool. It's just like, it's cool. Hey, y'all, I'm going to make this simple. I'm going to just say it quick and easy. TikTok banning me. I was talking too much about the fact that Utah senator allowed a fucking 18-year-old to fucking rape and sodomize a fucking 13-year-old. While doing that, since it was his family member, he decided to fucking change the law so that what? His relative would not receive the same penalty. So since he was 18, he changed the law. So if an 18-year-old does anything with a minor or anything, and they are still within high school, they get charged and treated as a minor. And this only happened because his relative was doing that. Because otherwise, his relative would be spending 25 fucking years in prison. So since TikTok doesn't want that to be pushed out to show how fucking Republicans just love fucking being hypocritical, you want to protect the kids, right? But then you giving them more ability for a person to abuse them? And then you ban me because I'm talking about it? Yeah, I'm on YouTube. Just Cruz on. Same tag. You can check the links, check the link tree. Just go and check me out there. Because here, you ain't going to have free speech if it's somebody trying to make sense and somebody trying to tell you what's actually happening and just fucking reporting the news, and somebody goes and reports you for misinformation when this has already been fucking published. That says enough about TikTok. Yeah. So that's crazy, man. And then the thing is I know that when I try to fucking submit an appeal, they're going to fucking block it. And I already know it. I was like, that shit happened on brightest day, and it happened just then. And it's crazy. And it's crazy. Just how you continue to see it, continue to show it. And it's just like, oh, okay. That's what y'all want to do. Because then you want to ban me from actually doing it. And I was just like, oh, okay, this is the easy way of being able to not talk about something, because y'all gonna be mad at the fact that people are fucking actually fucking doing stuff. So you want to actually fucking block them from speaking. Because you just had people here, and that's the thing about MAGA, that MAGA will love the fact that it's just like, oh, this happened. It was just like, you know what? I was just speaking the truth and you were just mad. Okay. Senator changing the law and was reported for providing accurate information. Because you know it's going to take them. See, the thing is I know when it's those bullshit reportings, they come after you because it's just like, oh, then prove it. Then prove it. The dude was just like, why don't you prove it? It was just like, I don't need to prove something that's easy to be seen. That was already seen. It's been already shown. Like, it's crazy to me that it's just like you go through this process and you see this. I was like, you see the process, you see it happen, and it's just like, oh. You see it happening, and it's just like this continues to happen, and these people just continue to fake the funk, act like they don't see it, act like there ain't nothing going on, act like they don't see anything, act like they don't recognize anything. And it's just like, you know what? I'm fucking tired of this shit. But the worst part about it is that when you want to speak on these subjects, it's getting smaller and smaller. The places where you can actually speak your mind, the places where you can actually speak on these topics. And the crazy thing is that I would understand if you were like, if I was just not speaking the truth, but this is stuff that you can just look up and it's documented. This is something that you can verify through multiple sources. This isn't something that is just like coming out of nowhere. It's just like, but people come up and they just get mad because the thing is like, it's easy to report. And it's just like, look, if you have an issue with me being reported, you should have somebody check and snippet the point where I reported. Because you should be able to tell me what the fuck I did, but you can't tell me that. That makes no sense. It's like you got to make your own platforms in this shit. You know, just like you banning me because somebody fucking said that I was giving misinformation because they didn't like what they were fucking hearing because they didn't have any way of fucking backing up their statements. Crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's what pisses me off even more. The part that pisses me off even more is that they can't even. I don't know what. That's why it's just like that's why that app. I'm gonna tell people it's like, look, man, we gonna start moving. We're gonna start moving. We're gonna be on YouTube. I'll be able to speak freely here. And ain't got no issues. I gotta change my fucking thing and put gotta probably put my link tree. Oh, that's not the right one. That's why. Because that's the regular one. I gotta change that on TikTok then. All right, I'll do that on some other point. But that's just like, it's crazy, man. Like trying to have a fucking conversation and this is what you do with. Ha, my live is back, suckers. Assholes. Bro, like, what the fuck? We back. Fuck out of here with y'all hating asses. They tried to do it again, yo. They tried to do it again. It's funny, ain't it? ain't it funny? Yo, my man had to fucking report me, bro. Why does MAGA get so mad at the truth? I just don't get it. Why does MAGA get mad at the truth? Why is that? Why do they get mad at the truth? Why is it that they can't handle the truth? Why is it that you have to propose the ongoing issue of what's going on for them to actually realize, like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Myra, you know that they just banned me? So I dropped out of that live not too long ago because they reported me supposedly for, yeah, exactly. For not putting out the right information, I guess is what they were trying to say. Even though the situation that I was talking about with the Utah senator has already been documented and you can confirm through multiple fucking outlets. Ain't that crazy? It's like MAGA gets mad at the fact that they hear that shit and they're like, oh shit. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say to contradict what this man is saying. So what am I going to do? Report. You know how crazy that is? You know how crazy that is that I was actually just talking about what fucking happened. I was talking about what happened in Utah. Like literally reporting it as it's going. And I got reported for misinformation, y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know. So that's why I say, Myra, if you have a YouTube account, check the YouTube. That's the YouTube right there up there at the Just Cruz on. If I'm live at any point and you just see me disappear out of nowhere, you know it was MAGA. That's it. I'm on YouTube right now too. I'm on YouTube right now. So and that's what I was saying. I just posted a video talking about that because it was just like, you know what? I'm not going to be dealing with this as much. I'm going to be moving to YouTube. I have my YouTube account. So if people want to tune in and join in there, watch me there. Because I have it there. Just Cruz on. It's called Just Cruz Talks on YouTube. Follow me there. I'm trying to build that up. I still have my veteran account. So there's two different accounts. I have this, which is the Just Cruz account. And then I have my veterans website on there also and the YouTube there. Veterans and stuff, it's the other account. This is to talk about these issues like this that most people don't know about and people are hesitant to fucking talk about. So, but I know that if we do this on YouTube, I could do it. So the past couple of ones I've done are on YouTube. So I'm going to just keep recording all of these. So everything will be recorded and everything will end up on YouTube. So, hey, if I say something wrong, shit, people can call me out directly. You can just go watch the YouTube and, he lying or he wrong or some shit and put it in the comments. I don't give a shit. And then you can come be on the live the next time. Try to have a chat about it or some shit, or just be scared and just fucking be a punk bitch and fucking report me. I don't know. Like, what y'all want me to do? What does MAGA want me to do? Because MAGA, see, and then the thing is since they reported me, now this live is not going to get pushed as much. That's the thing I don't like it. And the crazy thing is I didn't even say anything. I didn't even lie about anything. Like, I didn't even extend it. Like, you know how sometimes you can, like, you fib a little? I don't even fib about this situation. I'm telling real facts about what's happening with this Utah senator, and people mad at the fact that it's a fucking Republican. It's like multiple Republicans that have been caught doing shit that supports pedophiles or is a pedophile act. But fucking MAGA will just be like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And I gave two examples. I gave examples of that Republican Utah senator doing that. And then it was a state senator. So not the federal level, state senator in fucking Minnesota that they did a fucking sting operation on. And he was soliciting fucking a minor. And that came out too. And that was another Republican. And it's just like, don't tell me y'all the fucking holy party, the fucking party of all this shit, and y'all can't fucking get shit right. Y'all don't give a fuck about the kids. Y'all never cared about the kids. Y'all want to change the fucking age of consent for fucking kids. Like, why do you want to make fucking adults younger? But they can't drink till 21. Fuck. Shit. Being in the military, you can join, you can catch a book, you can catch one at 18, but you can't drink till you're 21. Ain't that wild? And that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. It's just like, MAGA won't come up here because they won't say nothing. They're not going to argue. MAGA's not going to argue because they got no facts to argue about. At this time, and this point and moment right now, there's nothing else to be fucking said. Like, what else do you need to tell these people? What else can you tell these people? Like, it gets to the point where it's just like, yo, you've encouraged and you've allowed these people to continue to do this. Because it's as simple as like, hey, man, we got to vote these people out, or we just got to look into the situation to understand, like, yo, something ain't right here. Why are we removing these fucking benefits? Why are we removing resources? Why are we throwing people in fucking cages like animals and treating them like shit? And then when you have a person that worked in there and comes out and whistleblows, you want to say that the person was the worst thing ever. Isn't that the fucking complete opposite of what the fucking whistleblower program was built for? So you got whistleblowers needing to be protection, but then when these whistleblowers come out, they not being protected. They actually being fucking ridiculed, fucking slandered, and all this shit. And it's just like, they talking facts. These people are talking facts. And they're the most hypocritical people of all. Fucking Republicans are the most hypocritical fucking people you could fucking find. Because as soon as it affects them, they'll change their fucking tune quick. They'll start that change of song fucking fast. That should be fast as fuck. Because look at that fucking Republican representative in fucking Florida. What'd she do? She was the one that helped make a law to ensure that women cannot receive any kind of reproductive anything, whether it's abortion, anything, right? Then all of a sudden, what does this lady do? This lady goes and has to call the governor, because now remember, it's a law in Florida that she can't get an abortion. So she had to call the governor because the doctors were scared for their credentials and their ability to do something. So they said, no, we are not going to do this. He called the governor for the governor to then tell those medical doctors that, hey, you are not going to receive any punishment if you actually go forth and do this procedure on this representative. Now, So the fact that as a representative, you get free health care and then you still trying to circumvent the fucking law when you're supposed to represent it? MAGA, come on, explain it. It was just like MAGA can never explain it. All they'll say is like, oh my God, I love how smart you think you are. But I know you support pedophiles. It's okay, bro. You don't have to say it out loud. We already know. It's like, you know what the thing is about MAGA is just like, y'all keep on defending the same shit y'all were so pissed off about. Yeah, you know what's crazy? Y'all more mad at the LGBTQ plus community than you are at the fucking pedophiles that are in this fucking administration. That's how fucking sorry y'all are. That's how sorry y'all are. That's how sorry y'all are. Just straight sorry. Sorry as fuck. That's just the crazy part. That's crazy. Bro, push-ups. I know you can hear me. I know I'm going through loud and clear. On my system and on my computer, I can see my thing. It's just somebody that wants to come in here. That's probably a TikTok person that wants me to change the fucking topic because of the fact that they don't like the fact that I've been talking this and fucking actually speaking the truth. Everything that I've been saying, you can go and fucking look it up and you can go and check on your fucking, or you can go and check on fucking your news outlet, your mama's news outlet, your mama's news, or Paw, Nemo, anybody in their mother's fucking outlet, and you will fucking be able to find all the information that I'm saying that isn't made up. It is just straight up factual. Hypocrites. Oh, let's talk about the what do we do now? Didn't Donald Trump just say, it was a couple of days ago. I'm catching up with a bunch of stuff. Just a couple of days ago, Donald Trump just said, right? Donald Trump said that if you do not do business with who, you will not receive state funding. So the United States the states, all 50 of them, they pay taxes. They pay federal taxes. So you mean to tell me that if somebody doesn't support genocide or doesn't want to deal with a certain group that you are now going to penalize them? What part of capitalism is that? What chapter was that? They didn't teach me that part. Yeah, Lord, they fucking mute. They banned me, bro. These motherfuckers banned me. I was just like, which one is it? Which one is it? America first, but you are basically what? Using it as extortion now? How you committed an extortion against the states? Talk about if you don't deal with somebody, we're going to take your funding. What are we in the fucking mob? Like, bro, we ain't back in New York City, bro. This ain't New York City, Trump. We in the United States now. This is the big leagues, bro. This ain't New York City. You ain't just gonna muscle people to do shit. You got countries. like that's what this man thinks is gonna happen with the fucking... That's what, you see what I'm saying? It's just like America first. But if you don't talk to them, you ain't getting money. Like, bro, where the fuck do they do that at? That's literally what Donald Trump is doing. Donald Trump said that if you don't do business with a certain entity, I'm gonna take... That's like me telling you, yo, you're gonna buy this house. You're going to buy this house. I know that one is nicer on the left, but you're going to get this one because I'm telling you, this is the house you're going to get. It's your money. It's your money. But you're going to buy this house. You ain't buying that one on the left. That one's nicer. That one's cheaper and better, but you buying this one that I'm telling you to buy. What part of capitalism is that? Because last I checked, if somebody's ordering you to do what you need to do with your money, what is that? What do you have in charge? Said if you like your doctor, you can keep him. What? Who would I like to see run in 2028 on either side? Lord, you know who I want to see run for presidency? A motherfucker that gets no fucking donations. That's who I want to be. That's who I want to see as president. A person that made it there without getting any fucking donations. That man or woman actually went to fucking states, spoke to fucking people, spoke and changed, and didn't have to get any fucking donations because they actually wanted to do this job for the right fucking reasons. And not because they were going to fucking build their wealth and try to build whatever they could. How you gonna be naive and be like, Donald Trump doesn't need donors, but had fucking $225 million from Elon alone? Like, bro, y'all thick as fuck. Yeah. It's just like, that's wild. You know what the funny thing is you know what I love about MAGA and how proud they are and all the shit that they want to fucking talk about and all this bullshit? It's just like, bro, Kamala Harris raised $1 billion in that time period. Mind you, Kamala Harris only had that amount of time to promote herself and to fucking campaign. And you barely fucking won. Barely fucking won. So if this lady would have actually had the whole time, because yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about MAGA and the Republicans? How when Rockland County had some fucking illegitimate fucking voting where a county that is Democratic the whole way through, now one vote went for Kamala Harris. Yet every other Democrat in the fucking ballot was picked. But there's nothing fishy about that, right? Y'all forgot about Rockland County? Y'all noticed that, right? Y'all started talking about the Epstein files. Y'all started talking about Iran. You even went back to fucking Gaza. That's how I know. Look, that's how I know shit ain't going good for Republicans. That on my fucking feed, I'm actually starting to see Palestine shit. That's how fucking crazy it is. That's how I know the Republicans is fucking squirming right now. Because you actually start seeing shit from Palestine and fucking Gaza, or the fucking videos of people actually fucking trying to get aid. That's how you know. Y'all squirming. Squirming so bad that y'all threatening fucking lawmakers in fucking Texas to fucking arrest them because they didn't show up. Yo, Double Luck, my man. Good to see you, bro. I was just like, I started because I checked my fucking thing. And then what? Oh, no. Because the next thing now is, Tulsi Gabbard is looking into the situation of treason committed by Obama officials which that was already disproven the last time when they were trying to accuse him, that Donald Trump tried to accuse him in the last administration of the same fucking shit. It was already proven wrong. But somehow y'all had the fucking Epstein files and lost them. Yeah, they went to recess. Imagine calling recess early. Imagine being one of our politicians, right? That only works a quarter of the year, makes $174,000 a year, gets free fucking health care, and then says we got to cut out early because we don't want to do this vote. But then you want to fucking harass fucking Texas Democrats because they doing the same shit that Republicans are doing. Yeah, I don't hear anything about fucking incarcerating Mike Johnson for fucking putting an early recess on Congress not to get the list out. Republicans just seem to forget that part, that he put the House in recess so that there wouldn't be a vote. So y'all just forgot about that? But y'all the ones that want the names, right? But the House Speaker decided, you know what? We gonna go into recess and nobody gonna sign off on this shit. Come on, Mango. I'm waiting for one of y'all to fucking have the balls to fucking jump into the chat. Come on down. Explain how you love fucking protecting pedophiles. Explain. Because give me one reason why, like I was saying, because this is, I think, what might have they tried to ban me earlier because I was talking about this. I was just like, why don't you just redact the names of the people, of the victims? That's it. How hard is that? Anybody? Because you're saying you're trying to protect the people, right? No, the Dems didn't have the files because remember, the files were available during Donald Trump's first administration because he was convicted during his administration. So meaning the Republicans have had this the whole fucking time. Because y'all want to find a way to blame it on the Democrats, yet this happened under Donald Trump's administration. So Donald Trump was in the presidency. He was in the White House. So Donald Trump had the presidency. Donald Trump was in office when Epstein was convicted. Donald Trump was also in office when Epstein was offed. Donald Trump didn't say nothing. We wonder why Donald Trump didn't want to release anything or say anything about Epstein files, right? Y'all still talking about the Epstein files? Come on, bruh. We know that man is on the list, bruh. There's a whole bunch of people on that list. Now they saying there ain't no list. It was just like, look, MAGA will go all the way possible. If you had the files during the fucking first presidency of Donald Trump's first administration. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I don't got time to be dealing with this stuff. Because the thing is Epstein conviction. That's what I'm gonna look up. I just want to see when he was convicted. In 2019, Epstein was arrested again, this time facing federal charges of trafficking, conspiracy, and trafficking some more. 2019. Damn. What year was that? Shit, that was even before fucking COVID even hit. So it wasn't even like the whole world stopped. And even while the whole world stopped, you mean you couldn't have released it as the president? Crazy, right? Crazy. Nothing to answer, right? No answer there. Nothing to answer. There. That's where they fucking get quiet. Quiet. My man died August 9th of 2019. So MAGA, Republicans, kiss assers, bootlickers, pedo lovers, what's the excuse? What's the excuse? Yeah, a judge denied Trump's administration from releasing it. Yeah, I love that story. I love that story because of the fact that it's just like, so this happened after the fact that the committee that was overseeing those same files could have released them if they would have voted yes. Crazy. And y'all heard about that handwritten letter too, right? Because remember, Pam Bondi was the district attorney in Florida. Or some part of district attorney, some part of it in that field in Florida while he was being convicted, and they gave him, remember, like, imagine having a person being convicted of this stuff and then you having a lawyer and these people say, oh no, you're gonna get a soft sentence where you can actually leave your fucking cell, you just have to be here overnight. like you can't be serious, MAGA. Come on now, come on, request up, MAGA. Go ahead. Just pull up into the view so we can see this, because I just want clarification from y'all. Why is it that y'all protecting these people? Why is it that the people that are the worst kind are the ones that y'all don't have a fucking problem with? But the people that are just fucking going to work and getting picked up at fucking work and ain't doing nothing, y'all have a problem with because they brown. Because I've heard more people be more scared of fucking immigration or immigrants than all these pedophiles that are being fucking covered for by not releasing that fucking list. Because you know what the thing is? What's going to happen when that list comes out? Hold this thought, though. Because you see, the FBI has had this list. But they worrying more about these illegal immigrants that don't have criminal records and have no negative nothing on them, just that they didn't speak the language, so they weren't comfortable to fucking try to get citizenship. But here you got fucking senators fucking soliciting minors in Minnesota. Then you got senators changing the law to benefit their family members so that they get a lesser sentence and they don't end up in jail in Utah. Then you got representatives in Florida that decide that they want to make a law for abortions, but then don't want to follow it themselves. Ain't that crazy? It's just like, my thing is, everybody wants the list. Everybody wants to know who's on that list. And I don't want to hear whatever Ghislaine Maxwell got to say. I don't. I really don't. Because what that looked like to me, know what that looks like? Looked like a plea deal to me. You went from a maximum security to a lower security? That looked like a fucking witness switcheroo right there. What did you say and what did you agree to? That you only gonna say certain names, or this shit hasn't been stopped and it hasn't been released. It was as simple as those committee Republican members voting to release the fucking list. But what were they told by their master? That's her just trying to shorten her fucking deal. She knows she's not going to get fucking pardoned Because, bro, if Donald Trump pardons fucking just Lane Maxwell, bro, yo, if that were to happen, MAGA slap yourself. Because there's no fucking possible explanation that you're going to have to actually elaborate and speak on the fact that he pardoned her. If that happens, there's no fucking excuse. None at all. But y'all going to what? Blame Democrats? Nobody goes from a maximum security prison to a low security prison when you that person. And then you try to justify, oh, well, you know, those serious offenders like that don't go to maximum prison. Bull fucking shit. You were a well-known fucking international fucking trafficker. Hey, you get locked up with the big guys. You don't stay in a fucking small federal prison. Like, we talking about pardons, but you pardoned fucking 1,500 people that assaulted fucking police officers and fucking things. So don't talk to me about pardons. That's the one thing Republicans and MAGA can shut the fuck up about. When it comes to pardons, that's where y'all should shut the fuck up. Don't speak about pardons. When you had fucking the whole January 6th rioters and insurrections fucking get a pardon. You want to talk about Biden pardoning people? Yet you had people literally go directly against the United States fucking government. And now it's just like, oh, but what about Biden pardoning people? Didn't fucking Biden, Biden pardoned his son. Well, if he could do it, why ain't everybody else doing it, right? Everybody acting like they wouldn't do it for their kid. Like, he ain't pardoned, did he? Diddy don't need a fucking pardon. He didn't get caught. Somehow he didn't get caught guilty for the shit he was doing. So, fuck, he got a pardon him for. He got the lesser fucking thing, and you know what? Diddy got money, so what does that mean? He's probably gonna get a short thing, have some fucking community fucking service, like 200 fucking hours, and have to do fucking like free fucking Diddy shows or some shit to fucking do his time. That's it. And the man gonna be free as nothing and keep on fucking moving. So it's just like, don't pardons. Yeah, fucking Republicans and MAGA got some fucking audacity to talk about pardons. When you literally had those same people on January 6th, the ones that attacked the police officer, those even got pardoned. Now, if you would have told me that you were pardoning some of the people that were there, I understand that, because some people were just there and they jumped into the situation and then they were just there. I ain't got no problem with you pardoning that. But the people that you blatantly saw on video, the one that was tasing the police officer, the ones that were hitting the police officer, the ones that broke in and broke the glass and did all that shit, you have that on video. That's against government officials, threatening government officials. You threatened the vice president to hang him? And you want to talk about pardons? Pardons. Pardons, right? Pardons. Who's the real criminals? When's the last time you seen 1,600 immigrants run up in a place and take it over? When was the last time you seen 1,600 immigrants run up in a place and destroy it and fucking smear shit all over the walls? Like, MAGA, y'all, I was going to say something. I'm glad I caught myself. It was like, this shouldn't be no fucking pardons. I didn't agree with the pardons Biden did. I sure as fuck didn't agree with the Trump ones either. There shouldn't be no pardons. Because if the motherfucker's guilty, let him do his fucking time. If you did the fucking crime, do the fucking time. I don't give a fuck. The only way a person should be getting fucking pardoned is if they were wrongfully and erroneously fucking locked up. If there's evidence that comes out, it's just like, bro, this dude don't let his ass out. Ain't no fucking thought process to that. You committed murder, jail, or fucking penalty. Plain and simple. I ain't got no fucking ifs, ands, or buts. Do the fucking time. You did the crime, right? If the person didn't do the crime, pardon their ass because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Shit, those people should get money for fucking being in there. But you got people that fucking break the law clear as fucking day, and these people support it. Shit, look at how they paraded fucking Kyle Rittenhouse. Motherfuckers gave this dude a fucking press conference when he was released and when he was acquitted. Like, that already told you, like, they were parading this dude, the dude that broke the law. I don't care who you are, where you from, you broke the fucking law. If you broke the law, you need to be held accountable for it. It's just like, this shit is ridiculous. And then it's like the continuation that keeps on going because you keep on following all this shit and you keep on seeing all this shit. And it's just like, MAGA just has no problem with it because it's not going to affect them directly. Because MAGA's not concerned with the stock market. MAGA don't invest. MAGA just listens to whoever else sounds smarter than they do when it comes to talking about economics so they can act like they know what they're doing. Because motherfuckers didn't even know what tariffs were. And then all of a sudden, they're fucking economics majors. All of a sudden, they can explain how all these fucking things are fucking working perfectly. How all these tariffs are great. They're working. Yet, everything is going up. I thought everything was going to be cheap. And then you make a press conference. Donald Trump brings Tim Cook to the White House. And in the White House, Tim Cook decides that Apple, with all its many fucking resources, will put in $600 billion into the United States over 4 years. Can somebody tell me how much fucking money Apple makes in a year? How much money? Nah, matter of fact, how much money does Apple make when their newest phone comes out? And you telling me that you got $600 billion over 4 years? Y'all make that in less than that. And all you can put is 400? But hold on. Did you hear the part? Because I didn't hear it. Where's the part where Tim Cook said, we're moving all our shit from China? Hey, brother, appreciate your service, man. It's just like sometimes you got to be able to speak out for those that can't. And I know how while in service, you can't say shit. In service, you got to hold your fucking mouth. I got out the military and I can speak freely, and I'm making sure to do so. Because I know there's a lot of y'all service members right now that can't say what y'all really want to fucking say and have to protect and hold y'all fucking tongues just to make sure that your career or your fucking situation doesn't get worse because some people that agree with this stupidity are in charge. So I know exactly what you mean. Double luck. I don't think anybody like MAGA especially doesn't realize how much $1 billion is. Is that the uniting is there. The country already knows this. The country doesn't stand for this. You have those MAGA idiots that stand for this, that want hatred, that want people to rip families apart. I thought y'all were fucking Christian. Y'all the worst fucking kind. Worst fucking kind of people. Worst fucking kind of people. You basically are supposed to take care of the fucking poor and the fucking sick and the fucking old, man. Like, it's... Ooh, man. And that's the crazy, like, everybody... Double. People have been going at Bernie Sanders like, oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do this. But we've been funding other fucking countries to do it. Like, that's the crazy part. We here, we trying to be successful, and this is what we deal with. What? That's what it's always been. That it's the thing is that's why, bro, double. That's why people don't get taught finance. That's why they don't want you to know finances. They don't want you to know how to do your own fucking taxes. Because then if you can scheme like they do, you gonna come out like them. They don't want that shit. Why the fuck I want you smart enough to know how to become a fucking millionaire? The fuck? I need you at that fucking job. 9 to 5, fucking Monday through Friday, getting paid the same shitty fucking salary so that I can go buy myself a fucking Ferrari. Yo ass gonna keep working. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. You really think these people out to fucking help people? Like, come on, man. And then you deal with the situation where it's just like all this shit continues to happen and Mac is just like oblivious. Like, how can you be so dense? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, where does it come from? Like, corporations get the biggest fucking handouts of everything and they make more money than everybody combined. Like I said, look at how much money fucking Apple makes. Look at how much money Apple makes. Look at how much money Tim Cook makes. Like, I understand you running a corporation and stuff like that, but them workers that are doing that shit need to get paid too. But what are y'all doing? Y'all working in China. Y'all ain't paying nobody. People be acting like, MAGA be acting like all this shit is here, and it's just like, oh, they've been supplying jobs. These corporations have been working in fucking China for the past couple of fucking decades and not giving you your jobs. Yet that's the Democrats' fault. And then the audacity, you know, and then the funny thing is that MAGA will be like, all those companies are Democrats. Yo. None of these multi-rich corporations wants a Democrat in office. Because what did Kamala say she was going to do? She said she was going to raise taxes on the rich. Top wealthiest and the corporations. The same thing Bill Clinton did. The same thing Barack Obama did. The same thing Joe Biden wanted to do, but the Republicans didn't let him do it. That's the thing. These people. I had this conversation like the last person that came on here. And hey, y'all, if y'all don't know, I have my Vet Aware project. That's the social for all my veteran stuff. And then the Just Cruise On. I am here. This is the Just Cruise On one. If y'all don't have me here, please go to the YouTube one and just subscribe there. Because if I get kicked here, I will be continuing over on that one. So if y'all cool with me and want to keep listening, just in case, just subscribe over there, just so that way, in case I magically disappear like I did, 40 minutes ago when they fake reported me and banned me. That way you can keep on finding me. Because sometimes here it's just like I start talking about this stuff and MAGA don't like it. MAGA gets mad. MAGA gets mad and reports me. I'm just like, he's making too much sense. He's talking too much that I can't actually contradict this guy. So I'm going to report him so I can get him out of here. Because he's pissing me off. Because I was just talking about how Republicans love and MAGA loves fucking protecting those pedos. I was like, you did it. That's it. Nah, the free speech ain't there. They ain't gonna give you free speech. They never give you free speech. I was just like, I have free speech. That shit went out the window as soon as I was talking the truth. I see a request. See if I can hear you though. See if the sound working. I don't know if the sound working. But yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing about it. I was literally talking about the Utah senator that changed the law so that his relative did not have to go to jail after he committed rape. That's what I was talking about. And now you can look it up. You can look up the Utah senator that had a relative that was 18-year-old that raped a 13-year-old. And he went, while they were in a thing, to change the fucking law so that his 18-year-old relative did not end up in jail and did not have to register as an offender. Republican. Senator. So please tell me. Please, MAGA, tell me. Where was your uproar there? Nothing? Ain't got nothing to say? Quiet? Got it. Sounds good, though. Sounds good. Sounds good, the fact that y'all can't say a fucking thing that actually makes anything worthwhile.
They have no defense.
Is that they never have. Since the beginning of this whole situation, since the beginning of this whole administration, MAGA has not been able to give you a straight answer as to why they want any of the shit he's happening.
They twist themselves into pretzels and so badly it becomes a knot that you cannot even recognize.
Oh, yeah, that's why usually it's mental gymnastics and not debating MAGA. I just wanted to see if I can attract them more by putting mental gymnastics up there. I put debating MAGA, but most of them run scared from me or they just report me. So I'm not one of these big creators.
I've been seeing, and thank you so much for having me up. Hi, I'm V. I am 44. I'm from Ohio. And I really appreciate it. No, I agree. It's just, and they've been doing it to Giava. They've been doing it to so many people, just like report, to just try and get people taken down because they don't like truth. They don't like facts. They don't like, anything that goes against the propaganda. I mean, you have him, 2 days ago firing the person that came out that has been doing the job numbers since he put them in power back when he was first time, and then comes out today with somebody who was like completely a sycophant and was like, no, the Biden numbers were lying, and these are the truth numbers.
No, my thing is how you get fired for actually doing your job.
Oh, only in a dictatorship does that happen.
That's the only place I've ever seen, bro. You were doing such a good job. Only when there is an
agenda.
I gotta get rid of you. I gotta get rid of you.
Only when there is an agenda.
You weren't supposed to be that damn educational.
Exactly. You were too smart at doing your job. So we've got to get rid of you because the rest of our people are incredibly incompetent. They just go in front of Congress and say, I don't know. That's not what I'm saying. Or they say racial slurs. And that's what they do in front of Congress when they're brought in front of them. All of them have been brought in front of them. And they literally just say, I don't know what you're talking about. Or they give racial slurs. And then that is his entire cabinet.
Yeah. That's the problem. There's no accountability. And MAGA is the same thing. No accountability. For them, it's easy to just try to see, look, here you got Michael here. Democrats are in shambles. Bro, the Democrats ain't all on the fucking Epstein list. The Epstein list wants to be brought out by the Democrats. It's the Republicans running from it. I thought the Republican parties didn't have any problem with releasing this shit. Now all of a sudden they fucking running? How you close down fucking the House of Representatives and Congress because you don't want to vote and go to recess early? But motherfuckers will stay up late night on a fucking Saturday morning at 2 a.m. to make sure the big beautiful bill gets passed. The fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Well, and what people don't realize is you've got to imagine the difference between millions and billions. So when you have somebody who is a billionaire dealing with other billionaires, only billionaires are going to be able to go on your level. And so
Basically.
the mass majority of the people that are going to be on there are not people in Congress
No,
or
there's
that
there's gonna
people
be
that have
people
been
in
in
Congress.
Congress. It's going to be people that have been, I mean, yeah, there's going to be some,
There's
but
gonna be
the
there's gonna be
vast majority are
celebrities.
going
There's
to
gonna
be
be
the
political
ones that are going to
figures.
be absolutely, but there's going to be people that are like corporation leaders,
Yeah,
the CEOs.
big wigs.
Those
It's
are the
gonna be big. Yeah,
ones, absolutely. Waxner, all of them, the people
it's
who
like
have controlled like the modeling agencies, those
mhm.
are the big names that are going to be coming out, leaders of countries,
uh,
and
Michael's just delusional. Michael, it's okay, bro. I understand, man. You eat up all that delusion, man. You eat it up.
Nancy Pelosi isn't even in the league of that. And here's the thing for you, Michael, with Bill Clinton, here's the difference. We are all saying that anybody who is on that victimized a child should be held accountable and go to prison. We don't care what political side they are on. However, in 2003, when the initial complaint came out against Epstein by a mother of one of those underage girls, one of the 14-year-old girls, the Clintons immediately ceased having anything to do with Jeffrey. However, Trump did not. He continued to pay even through and until after the sweetheart deal was finalized. Under his appointment, who is still under one of his cabinet members, Alex Acosta, who is one of his current cabinet members,
No, you know what's
and
funny,
Pam
V?
Bondi, who was Attorney
V.
General at the time.
Michael has been here before. Michael's been a
Trump did
a
not
person that's
arrest
come in here.
Epstein. New York
He
arrested
always
Epstein.
this is one of those like MAGA people that is like so delusional that they listen to everything that MAGA says and they just regurgitate it.
Oh,
And
they
then it's
regurgitate
like,
it.
no, he's
Absolutely.
come on here and we've had plenty of conversations and he's always seen my side at the end. So it's just like, bro.
You know what's here's the thing. I voted. I was one of those. I grew up and Brian and Diava, they all know me because I have been open about my experience. I was forced to grow up in a religious evangelical cult. I was forced into that. I grew up in it. I was forced to believe in it and everything. In 2016, I voted for Trump. And even when I was walking to hand in my ballot, I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. And I changed immediately after that. I started looking for ways as to how was it that I was wrong and how to rectify myself for all the things that I had been taught, the racism, the bigotry, everything that I had been taught. And I looked to rectify in myself and how to better myself and how to teach others what I had learned. And I have since not voted that way because I'm like, you know what? In order to be a caring human being, you cannot vote that way because they don't care. Every single Trump voter that I have heard has flat out said, including my own parents still to this day, is that they were better off in 2017 when he came into office than they were last year. That they made more money. It's all about selfish reasons. It's all about bigotry. It's all about racism.
No, but see, I'm gonna answer Michael here. It's like, why would Trump let his DOJ arrest Epstein in 2019 then, huh? Well, Michael, you know what's funny is that Donald Trump was president, right? In 2019, right? He was arrested in 2019, right? He was convicted in 2019, right? He was also, he offed himself in 2019, right? So mind you, how long was Donald Trump president for? Till 2021. So he had the information when they actually finalized the case. Why didn't Donald Trump just release it then? What you blaming fucking Democrats for? It was under his administration during his fucking presidency, and he didn't release the. Oh, see now. Oh, go crash out, Michael. Come on, man. You just delusional as shit, bro. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Yeah, because you're just coming up with the same rhetoric that other fucking dumb MAGAs have come up with just to say, oh my God, the Democrats had the list, but it was under fucking Donald Trump's presidency. So who had the fucking list if Donald Trump was the president? Democrats?
Why,
Biden? You're going to
right,
blame that on? No. Matter of fact, it was Obama, right? Because y'all just fucking go farther back to just try to blame something that the
oh
man
yeah,
did.
Obama supposedly made up the list and it was all a hoax.
Every
Before
Democrat
Epstein.
made the list, but then every Democrat that's been on any committee has said to bring the list out. Yet all the Republicans have said not to bring the list out. Well, some Republicans have said to bring the list out, but most of them said no. But every Democrat said yes. So what's the confusing part here? Because every single Republican is not pushing it out and doesn't want to push it. The Republicans went to recess. You know what that is? That these Republicans have been working day and night. Because remember, look how they were working day and night to make sure that that big, beautiful bill passed. But somehow you got to shut down fucking Congress for a fucking vote for the Epstein list? Come on, bro. You can't be that stupid. You can't be that gullible. You got to have some sort of fucking comprehension skills to fucking understand that they are hiding their own people. Because if every Democrat is saying, yo, bring the list out without hesitation, and every Republican is like, nah, bro, shh. Come on now. And then you got Pam Bondi that told you a couple of months ago, that shit's sitting on my desk right now. How excited they were. Remember when they had a whole conference, went outside the fucking list, and you had those other lawyers smiling because they had those binders? You remember all that shit?
But then her desk disappeared.
Yep.
Miraculously.
Damn. That list disappeared faster than fucking Abrego Garcia de Salvador. That was faster than that. Y'all shipped that dude out in fucking a heartbeat. Y'all lost the fucking files faster than that? That's crazy. Y'all effective. I'll tell you that. When it comes to bullshit, MAGA, you effective as fuck. Your proficiency when it comes to bullshit.
He's like posting down there about a ballroom.
Is that MAGA gets excited for anything that they will never achieve. That's what I realized. I realized
it's
that.
True.
MAGA gets excited about everything they will never be able to fucking achieve.
And did you realize about the terminology that Trump used? He used swapping, which is when getting bad head from a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's the terminology that he used on live camera. How about that, Michael?
I was just like, look,
your own president that you are like actively supporting is talking about getting oral sex on live camera.
Like, come on, man. It was like all you have to do is let Donald Trump keep talking. Trust me, bro. Fucking double always got them fucking quotes, man.
She's been cracking, or they have been cracking me up. I don't know their pronouns, but they have been cracking me up.
Double always has a fucking remark or some shit like that. Oh. That shit is without fail. Double is gonna hit them with the best fucking comeback for them to fucking use. It was just like, trust me, bro. He's not on the list. Trust me. I got the files, but I lost the files. Double. But trust me, bro. It was just like, come on, man. Y'all can't do this bullshit, man. Y'all go with this back and forth stuff, and it's just like it's the hypocrisy. Oh no, but that one I haven't heard that one in a while. Double. I haven't been getting many people up here anymore. I haven't gotten that many people. I had one person earlier, and he was talking, and it was just like it was like a troll, but he jumped on just to be a troll. And then you know how I am, Double. If a person's just too ignorant, I just block them. Or I just kick them off the live. I don't got time to waste my time and waste other people's time with somebody that coherently does not know what the fuck they talking about. Michael sometimes knows what he's talking about. But right now, Joe Biden got a diamond
from China that he left with the archives and left and what did Double just say? With him.
And what did Double just say?
What about Biden?
Man, I love that dude, man. I love Double. I fucking love Double.
Double, I just followed you just so you know, because you're great.
Like, They want to talk about. He wants to talk about Joe Biden received a diamond, but motherfucking Donald Trump just got a fucking $400 million fucking plane.
And we are spending that allocated money of 980 billion was secretly allocated towards.
Mind you, wasn't Syria the same country that sent those people on 9/11?
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know I'm right because I'm from New York City. I was there. Yeah. So I know about that. So it's just like, oh, it's called diplomacy. Diplomacy? Or bribery?
That's our plane, Michael? Which one is a... Really?
I've seen that back in the hood. When somebody offers me something, when somebody offers me something for no fucking reason, I've seen that in the hood. That's not a fucking gift. that's a fucking exchange.
That's a bribery.
That's a, hey, bro, I'm gonna hit you, yo, bro. I got this card for you. And you didn't
but
know,
can you
bro.
honestly sit there and say, I mean, we all know that MAGA does not hold any kind of book intelligence. They definitely don't hold any street intelligence either.
Okay, the Saudis. Yeah, but the Saudis still sent people over there. It was people from fucking Syria, Qatar, and Saudi. Those are the people that were there. It wasn't Iraq. Yeah. It was no Iraqis.
Right.
The Qataris gave them the plane, not the... Yeah, the Qatar... That's what I said. That's what I thought I said.
Yeah, you did. You said the
okay, it was Qatar. Okay. I was like, it was just Michael that said Saudi Arabia. I was just like, yeah, that's called bribery, dude. I was just like, yeah, Michael, would you like to receive this brand new Ferrari? Yeah, there's no fucking gimmicks to it. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like how, like, yeah, some of them, I swear, the amount of money I would be able to make off y'all if I wanted to hustle y'all, I'd be a billionaire. I'd be probably in the fucking first row of the fucking inauguration myself if it was just fucking making money off of y'all stupidity. Because I got beachfront property here in fucking Kansas. I got you. I'll give you lakefront property too. Whichever one you want, I got you. Just come to Kansas. I'll sell it to you. Because your dumb ass will buy it. Like, come on, man. How dumb can y'all be, bro? Like, it gets infuriating sometimes dealing with MAGA because of the fact that it's just like the level of fucking stupidity.
And his response, like, whatever.
It's like, yeah, the easiest response is whatever, or they crash out, or they start saying something. Mm-hmm. I had somebody just start, like, otherwise they start talking shit, and then they forget the fact that I'm from New York City. I will roast your ass alive. I don't give a fuck if I get banned. I don't need this shit. This is just a platform that will push it out to more people, so I'd use it because I know more people will be able to hear what I got to say, which isn't a lie. Everything I say is factual because I look it up before I fucking use it as a source. MAGA just goes off of whatever fucking another fucking person that they heard, or they'll go and listen to fucking old millennial, and then they'll regurgitate what he said, and then they'll be like, yeah, he said it. And it's like, that dumbass bro is a fucking criminal too, and y'all follow and fucking sympathize for his dumbass. So it's just like, y'all hate immigrants because they're supposedly criminals, but then the actual fucking criminals you have, yeah, just leave them alone. Make that make sense, MAGA.
You've got 93% of in actuality, in America, 93% of violent crimes are committed by men. 82% of that is committed by white men. Oh. And so, especially, and of those violent crimes committed against women and children, 87% is committed by white men against just women and children. But they don't want to accept that. But every single arrest report, statistic, every single thing backs it up. They want to sit there and say, well, look at these democratic cities. And, or like St. Louis. You take St. Louis, that is the most violent city in America, has the most crime per capita. And they're like, well, it's a city. You have to realize also they have larger populations in cities, and it's the cities that substantiate and supply for the state. And so when you have a poorly run state, especially a poor state like Missouri,
is who's running
St. Louis.
But who's running?
Right, exactly. Who's running at the top?
Biden. Because
you have right, Biden. They're always going to say Biden. But what about Biden? And but like St. Louis is like
And
they
a Republican,
are a Republican
it's a
city
Republican
and they're
state, and it's a
a
Republican state.
Republican state and everything, but they have more crime per capita than Chicago with more than double their population. It's just it's
It's the same. It's the
ridiculous
same
the
thing with New
lengths
York
that they
City.
go to and the pretzels that they twist.
The same thing in New York
Yeah,
City. New York City is the most heavily populated city of all cities. There's 9
right.
million people in a 86 square mile radius. And people don't realize how
Hmm.
small 86 miles is. The state of Kansas is 86,000 fucking square miles. It holds 3 million people. The city of New York holds 9 million people and it is only 86 fucking square miles.
Well,
So
I'm from
you're going to
Ohio
compare
and it's a
to,
huge state and we have 7.8 million people in
but
our
then,
entire state.
so that's why it's never made sense to try to compare red states or smaller cities to a big city. If you're
Right.
going to compare something to New York City, you got to talk about somewhere in California or somewhere in
Hmm.
Texas. You're not going to try to compare me to a small town in Indiana that got a fucking population of 600 people and the crime level is 0. Obviously, bro, you
Right.
got 600 fucking people. It shouldn't be that hard to find them if you did do something. But when you got 9 million people or you got a big population that doesn't have resources, doesn't have the stuff, you have high crime. Why does that happen in Missouri? Low education, low funding for stuff, and a
Yep.
poorer thing, and it's run by Republicans. You don't see those same numbers coming out of all these Democratic states. Why is that?
Well, you
Chicago's the
have
only one you can use for Illinois. That's about it. Besides that, there's no other
with
fucking Democratic place that you can say is St. Louis.
every statistic actually proves that lower education, lower uh, ability for resources or accommodate for resources, that it actually promotes violence and violence is
Mhm.
going to occur. So when you have lower poverty levels, you're going to have a higher increase of crime and
But
violence and everything. And fighting for that, that has been shown across the world for centuries. And and you're absolutely right when it comes down to population. I mean, like I said, you take Ohio, we have 11.8 million people here. I lived in Texas, I lived in the DFW area. That was 7.8 at the time when I
mhm.
lived there. Less crime than the entire state of Ohio. And I have never once. I've always said that I should have been born in New York City. I've never once walked or been alone in New York City where I did not feel safe. Never one time, and that was taking the subways and I was by myself and
Mhm.
everything. And I've been there recently, and never once did I not feel safe. But there are places here, especially where I work, which is like a very small town. It's very red and everything. And I walk into like their Marks, which is like a like local store,
Yeah.
grocery store to go pick up drinks for our warehouse and stuff occasionally. And I'm like, God damn, I just walked in fucking Deliverance. It's uncomfortable. Like, Jesus.
It's like it's hard to comprehend that because that's the thing. The thing is like MAGA doesn't like what they can't achieve, or they hate on something that they can't achieve that somebody else they know will be able to achieve. Because the thing is when
Right.
it comes to the universities and stuff like that, they're like, oh yeah, it's good. Fuck Harvard, this and that. Yo, dumbass is never gonna make it there. Even with the free classes that fucking Harvard is offering, I still don't think these MAGA people will be able to fucking take them. Cause they just be like, bro, this shit is free and you still too stupid to fucking take it. Like, you mad at higher education? Why? How you think
And
you got the
Harvard just
resources you did?
announced that
Like,
anybody,
mhm.
Harvard just did an amazing thing. They just announced that anybody making under 200,000 a year will get free tuition. I
Yeah,
told my
MAGA.
son, and yeah,
MAGA. But that's what I'm saying.
well,
Even though it's
but
free, they're not going to be smart enough to actually be able to get into the
exactly.
school. That's the crazy part.
But my son will. Like my son, I mean, he's 15 years old. He just finished up an engineering program out at Berkeley
Ooh, nice.
and, and is starting his sophomore year with college credits. because and they sought after him. Like
Yeah,
this kid is sought after and I'm like, buddy, I'm like, we can't afford these Ivy Leagues. I'm like, and he knows, he 100% knows. And I'm like,
that's
Harvard
scholarships.
is
You get those
offering under
scholarships.
200,000. Yep.
Hmm.
I'm like, you're gonna have to go for scholarships, academic scholarships. He knows it, and I just told him tonight. I'm like, Harvard has just
Yeah,
implemented under two
that's
hundred thousand dollars a
or
year.
electric
You get free
engineer.
tuition.
He could go electric engineer. If as long as he continues, he'll make good money. But it's just like what I'm telling people here on now is we have to start training people for jobs that AI cannot do. Because people don't realize how big AI is going to be, and especially because this administration is trying to push it even more.
Yes,
Especially with what's in the bill that basically AI cannot have any states making any further regulations over what the federal government does for the next 10 years. So AI can't operate without electricity. True. But if you didn't hear Double Day talking about building all these other new nuclear fucking facilities to run just the AI centers.
and I do
So,
work for a company that like builds the piping and the different. We do the welding for the
mhm,
different materials that are needed for those data centers and the AI
mhm,
centers.
that's the push now.
It would be class, yeah. And I know that my job is secure with a small company. We just got a Microsoft account,
Mhm.
but like what you're saying is like it, it, with these different types of jobs, my son, his focus is not engineering, it's actually astrophysics.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah, that's
yeah,
but
so which is
but
why
that
he
gets
wants Berkeley
difficult.
so
But
bad.
that's like that's computerized and stuff like that. So it's just like it's gonna be that's why it's like it's hard because it's like I got daughters too. And I was like, they gonna go
Hmm.
to college. They gonna need something. But it's just like, how do you tell them? It's just like, oh, I love to do this. I was just like, but that job may not be available by the time you actually go through college and finish. Because they're still younger now. They still start in high school. But you start talking about it and you start looking at it, and it's just like, damn, if you want to go do this and you can't do it because AI is doing it, then you're gonna go to school, get school loans, have to pay a school back, and then be in the same problem I was when I got my first degree, and I couldn't use it for anything because I couldn't get a job because I didn't have the experience. Then I joined the
Exactly.
military, and now I got a shitload of fucking experience. Now I manage too much shit. But they're saying data centers will
Thank
be
you.
solar power. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. All the stuff that's going with AI, the way they are pushing this stuff is because it makes more money for them.
Hmm.
I don't give a fuck
Well, and
about
it
the people.
pushes it actually skyrockets our energy bills. So these data centers and like I said, I work for a company that is building and that is doing the welding for all the steel and everything.
So,
I know, like it is pushing up our energy bills for electricity. I've watched it grow in my area as the data centers have been growing and have been inputting, like
mhm.
outputting and everything.
And
Our
that
energy
shit takes a
has
lot.
definitely
Takes a lot.
increased with the pricing.
It's basically the reason I say this is like it's the same craze when people were doing like crypto mining and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and they were using computers and all the energy that was generated just through that. This is doing processes like 10 times faster than what that was doing. So that is
Right.
consuming even more energy because I stream off my computer. I don't do this. That's why my camera's as clear as it is. But this is going to cost money to build. Going
Hmm.
forward is going to cost even more money. But a lot of the shit that I need to do, AI is already doing it. So it's just like, it's kind of hard to develop because it's just like these people just want to push AI because they know why. That means they can fire people. That means they don't got to pay people, meaning I don't have to insure you. I don't got to pay for your
Yep.
medical. I don't got to pay for your bills. That's extra money that I get to keep for profit because now this computer does all the shit that you needed to calculate for me. They doing it quicker. And I don't even got to
Yep.
pay
And then
them.
they're just putting it back in with the shareholders
They,
or doing company buybacks.
mhm. These people don't even need breaks. What PTO? What overtime? What you gonna pay a computer? Electricity?
Right.
was like, I'm gonna upgrade you. This is your payment, so you can work faster. No, it was just like that's the whole thing. I work for an electric utility. We are building 5 new power plants within the next. See,
Yep.
that's what it is. It's like the
Well,
the
and
whole
did you
power
see?
grid is being revamped, but at the same time, you have so much older electricity, and now you're gonna try to put this new electricity, but it's not even for the people. It's for
No.
these AI
Well,
centers.
well, did
That's
you
the crazy
see
part.
the did you see it wasn't Mr. Global, it was another guy who looks very similar to Mr. Global. Um, that what he was stating as far as he commented concerning Trump stating, "Oh, well, the EU and I signed, and we're going to do 784 billion, where they're going to, take all of this and they're going to purchase this." As
Mhm.
the charts actually showed that as every time that we have extracted more with that energy, it's us who have been paying higher. And so eventually what's going to happen is our energy costs are going to be the equivalent of a mortgage of $2,000 to $3,000 per month.
You gonna start
And
burning
that's what it's
candles in
going
this
to end
bitch.
up being.
We
I'm
burning
sorry.
candles in we burning candles in this bitch. Ain't playing with me. Ain't paying no fucking mortgage for electricity. Like, you know what
Right?
that sounds? It's just like, yo, that's crazy. To tell somebody, yo, you got 2 mortgages now. Like what? Where's my
Yeah.
second house?
But
No, no,
I
that's
mean,
just your
every
that's
single
just to
chart
fucking
has
light your
shown
house.
that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but every single chart has like actually shown this that as they have like exported this energy increase that we have been promoting and producing, that we have been doing this, that we're the ones that are paying for it and
Mm-hmm.
it's increasing our cost. I've noticed that just even in the past month, I live in Ohio. Like I mean, yeah, we've got high humidity during what 3 months of the entire year, and just between July to August, my energy, my electricity, it's kept at 72. Doesn't fluctuate. My kids are not allowed to touch it. Nothing.
And your
I've
shit
got
has gone
fans
up.
going. Everything. Oh, $150 it jumped, but but
Dang.
the temperature has actually gone down. So it's not
So it's not even
using
running as much.
extra.
Yeah. That's the
Right.
because I ended up getting I have like one of those Google Nest ones that it supposedly learns the schedule and shit like that. I just turned that shit off. That
Yeah.
shit don't fucking work. And then it's just like because I'm in Kansas, so it's like Evergy is like the electric company here, and they're like, hey, if you decide to sign up for like I think it's like our Green Leaf program, so it'll tell you like it'll lower the temperature that you're trying to have your home at when it's peak time. So I'm just like, so you mean to tell me I'm gonna suffer more so that y'all can give me $25?
Right.
And it's not even like a rebate or anything. You just giving me a flat $25, even though I'm gonna be hot for these next couple of days because y'all wanna not fuck out of here with that bullshit. I was just like, and then in the heat, I was just like, people need electricity. If you know it's gonna get worse, then fucking update all these old ass fucking towers you got. You updating
Hmm.
all the fucking you want to put power plants in, but then the fucking power I ain't even gonna see. But I'm paying for a company that should be paying for their own fucking energy. How does that work?
But they're outsourcing it because I can look at my bill and I can see, Dominion or East Ohio. And then I can see, no, it's Dominion. And then I see another one underneath there. And it's more than double the price of what Dominion is or costing me. Or I'm sorry, not Dominion, because Dominion is gas. First Energy. So I've got First Energy, and then I've got another one that is more than double that of what it's costing me. I own a condo. I purposely chose a condo because I don't want to deal with like, mowing my own goddamn yard and dealing with that shit. I want my parking lot when I pull out of my garage. I want it fucking plowed in the winter. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. So that's why after my divorce, I went for a condo. I didn't want to deal with
Makes
that
sense, huh?
shit with my kids. I'm like, you know what?
I
I just want it
understand.
simple. And so
I
I went with a
understand.
condo. And
Fucking
it's like
double.
literally First Energy is like charging me like, you know, they're charging me like $98. And
Fucking
then
double,
there's
man.
this other thing that is like $160 on top of that. So it's not more than double, but it's still like $160 on top of the $98 that I would have normally been charged. So
Did you see
it's
what
like,
double put?
no, I'm sorry.
Look at the comment.
Sorry. So you're being lazy. Oh yeah. No, I'm being economical in my time. I choose economy in my time.
Because that's
I choose to
because
economize my own time.
like me right now. See, look, I'm kind of sweating right now, and that's because my AC ain't even on as cold as it should be. Why? Because I'm not trying to pay no crazy fucking prices. The temperature's gonna drop in the evening, so you know why? I let my shit relax. Some
Yeah.
people around this neighborhood though have that shit on 24 fucking 7. Like, bro, it ain't that fucking hot. Drink some cold water. Go take a cold shower. Something, bro. Like, damn. We had what? This past week, I've had the electricity kind of like flicker because of how much power people are pulling with the heat. And I'm just like, And then one of the transformers around here went out like the week prior to that. And I'm just like, this is going to be interesting. This isn't even as hot as it's going to get over here. And we already fucking this shit up. So he said, not me with my fan on. I'm going to buy myself a fan and I'm going to put it in here. But the thing is like in the wintertime, all I got to do is crack this window and I'm freezing. So I ain't got to worry about that shit. The heat, though, the heat is great. That shit is going, I pay money for the heat. I don't give a fuck about that. When it's hot outside, it's just like you just in your boxes or some shit. Or you go jump in a pool or just fucking in a sprinkler. But when it gets cold, you can only put so much clothes. You can only put so
Yeah,
many fucking
exactly.
layers. It gets to the point where all the layers are just
However,
like, bro.
I'm with double luck on this one. I got the AC and
See,
the
and
fan
the fan.
on. You know what? Where I'm at in my life as a woman, I'm like, you know what? As sometimes I need like four fans like blowing on me. I've got my ceiling fan. I've
You
got
got one.
literally three other fans to blow on me at
Bro,
this time. I'm 44. I need that shit.
bro, I'm saving. I got kids to put into college. I gotta save some money now. I'm saving,
Not college. I want to be comfortable right
I,
now.
I need to make
With
sure
like waking up in my hot sweats.
that's the only reason I'm doing this because I got 3 kids to put into fucking college. That's it.
No,
Besides that,
my
I'd
son,
be
he's
freezing
put
my ass off.
himself. My daughter's 22. She went to the
Oh, you good?
military. My son,
You
yeah,
good?
like
You good?
my daughter's for army. My son, he's getting scholarships. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, hell
You
no. I
yeah.
am like
You run that
going
AC.
through 44. Yeah, no, I'm running these four fans directly on me. Fuck that shit.
My house is cold and my pool is warm. Double. I don't got a pool. I go to the community pool. I got a little. I made a little slip and slide for my kids though. I did. We bought them like a play set. So what I did was it has a slide on one end. So I went and I bought a slip and slide. And what I did is I basically like finagled it to basically make it so that when they come down the slide, they just go right through the slip and slide. I'm good. I don't need the AC. I was doing that shit myself. That shit was amazing. Some cold ass water on a hot ass day. I pay for
Oh
water.
yeah.
Water a hell of a lot more cheaper than the damn electric bill. Shit.
And you know what? Back in the day, it was
Yeah.
water that used to actually cause wars. That was
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, because like you know, you look at what has actually triggered wars. It's been for power, for natural and natural
Resources.
resources.
Yep.
Natural resources have been like the number one outside of religion, which is power.
Yeah.
And so
So I would
you've
say it would
got
be like
so
religion, and then it
two,
went to just resources. It was like religion had one
right?
thing, and then resources was the main other thing.
Natural
Then after that,
resources, and but we have plenty of water.
yeah.
Well, here at least in the U.S. because of the of especially because of the Great Lakes.
The water part I'm not concerned with. It's everything else that we don't make, don't have, don't do, and all the countries that send us the shit are getting tariffed. So
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
everything is gonna go up, and that's the part that people like. That's the part that I don't think MAGA understands, and that's why I was like, I put it like this on a few days ago. I just put it like this: like these people will go through these things because of the fact that they are not witnessing and paying attention to all prices. Because the thing is MAGA and anybody that's paying attention to the prices are just looking at specific things. Because you'll hear them like, "Oh my God, look, gas is down, the eggs is down. How about everything else though? That's all y'all buying?
What about beef? Beef
Ooh,
is up
is that all y'all
what,
buying?
$10 a pound?
That shit is ridiculous. And but you know what I did this year? I went and bought myself a cow.
I wish I
Hmm.
could do that.
It's not that hard, girl. You might be in Ohio. There's some farmers out there. All you got to
Oh
do is
no, there
go find
are, and I have my
find them. You
family
just
members, but
they'll raise it up for you. Then they tell you when it's gonna be processed. They cut it into the. You go to the processing center. Mine is here out of here in Kansas. They fucking chop it up. They tell you how they want to do it, and I just pay for a full fucking cow. And the
I
amount of
don't
money
have
I
the
know I'm gonna
space to be able
save,
to keep
especially
the beef.
bought a freezer. I was not playing no game.
I do.
I'll
I
tell
need
you.
to buy a freezer.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and that's the best thing I did. Because now that I look at it, and now that, like you said, the fucking beef is like $10 a pound, I was like, bro, I ain't paying $10. Like even when they processed it, it was nowhere near 10 pounds of fucking like $10 a pound. I was like, now that people are saying that, it's just like, yeah, I'm just like, so if the beef, when you just buy the beef, is expensive, what do you think is gonna happen to all these restaurants?
Oh, they're going to skyrocket and then go
Whoever
out of
makes
business because
burgers.
nobody can afford to eat out.
No, but then also all these big chain restaurants are just gonna be, hey, look, man, look at the price of beef. I can't make a Big
Mhm.
Mac without beef, even though it's probably that cheap beef, but they ain't gonna say it's cheap. They're gonna say it's the expensive one that they paid $10 for. And then the price of fucking a cheeseburger is gonna be like $7. Fuck a
Mhm.
value meal. Just like, but
Exactly.
remember how you said about the whole chaos thing about how we were talking about St. Louis and how people, when they don't have stuff and poverty and all that
Yeah.
stuff happens, that's what they're going for.
Oh, 100. They're trying to do absolutely do that. They're trying to create distraction, 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 chaos, 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 so that they can just like keep everything so in such a chaotic form, so that we don't pay attention to what they're actually doing to
Mm-hmm.
control and demean and put us down and make us more of a fascist state.
Because it's
And
it's
that's
been
exactly what they're
shown,
doing.
it's been shown already that underprivileged communities are ones that have higher crime rates. So now, if you
Because
make the
it's
whole
less
United
resources.
States, if you make the whole United States crime ridden, it's easier for you to declare martial law if the whole
Well, look
country
at what he's
losing its
trying to do
shit.
with Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Shit, look at what he tried to do in LA. And LA is still
Yeah.
having those riots. They're still protesting in LA. You just don't see no news coverage on it. If you go on TikTok, you have to look up Music Festival 2025.
Well, I follow Johnny Palmadessa, and he's still
Okay.
out there. He's been out there,
Yeah.
and and he was arrested. He was, pepper sprayed and everything. Like,
Mhm.
I love Johnny. He's so funny. Um,
And
and
they're not covering it. You know how I
no,
knew it was
nope, they're
bad?
not covering on it anymore.
Like I said earlier, I started seeing, or maybe that's why I got banned on the other one. Because I said, I know the Republicans and this administration is in a deep hole when TikTok is showing me videos of Gaza and Palestine.
Yeah.
Like they want to throw you off of the trail so bad that they was like, look, we don't even want you to talk about Epstein files. Be mad at Israel.
Right.
Be mad at them. We didn't do shit. They doing all that stuff. That's what they basically doing. I was just like, bro, these videos are now popping up. Like my feed today was just like videos in Gaza where you see people like fucking trying to find food or going to those aid stations, and then you have fucking the contractors that are there and the security and fucking the Israelis firing on them. And I was just like,
And
I was like,
what
these videos, where were these videos for the past fucking what, 7, 8 months? We didn't see none of this. And now all of a sudden they coming out after all this controversy is coming out with this Republican Party and this administration with the Epstein files, fucking MAGA this, MAGA that, fucking Whiskey Gate, fucking Tulsi Gabbard don't
But
know
be
what the fuck
careful,
she
we're
doing.
anti-Semitist if we speak against. And half of my family is Jewish. Like I grew up, like seriously, like
Yeah,
this is just
I did see
it,
that
but they
story
don't even
too.
understand what Semite actually means, and it's Arab speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and that Palestinians are Semitic too.
And that's
We're not anti-Semitic. We're anti-genocide,
so
genocide. We are
so so the funny thing is
anti
today
Netanyahu.
I also saw a video on Malcolm X. So Malcolm X was asked that question. Malcolm X, are you anti-Semitic? And he was like, I'm not sure. What do you mean? Cause you know, I've seen some of the stuff you've written and the stuff you've spoken about, and it seems like you're anti-Semitic. And it's just like, that's the interesting part about the Jewish community. That the Jewish community, when somebody is confronting them about something that they are doing wrong or something that they don't agree with what they're doing, they claim it as anti-Semitism. And then he put it in this perspective. He was just like, okay, so if the black person, when they were getting
Mhm.
exploited and they couldn't get loans or bank loans and stuff like that, but it was owned by the white person, they would say, oh, the white person is doing it. But then if that white person, when you go and get into the further details, happens to be a Jewish person, you would be able to say that a Jewish person was exploiting me in this manner. That's not anti-Semitism. That's me saying that this person is exploiting me. But y'all want to take it as a attack instead of having a conversation to understand that what you're doing is wrong. You just don't want to have any side of it, and you want to say that I just dislike you. But that's the same thing you're doing with the Palestinian people. So why is it that you can do it to the
Absolutely.
Palestinian people, but I can't do it to you?
And I was actually thinking about this in depth today. That very same thing. And it dawned on me. I'm like to be able to put it into better terminology or words, I should say, not terminology. That when people try to sit there and say, well, it's anti-Semitic, but they're using it as the same way that they would say and accuse a black person of saying, you're racist, you're being racist,
Mm-hmm.
but they're getting away with it. So it was when reading an Alan Dershowitz, the article about Alan Dershowitz and how he was like forced out of Martha's Vineyard because they just don't like him. And he's like, well, no, you're just being anti-Semitic.
Mm-hmm.
No, they just don't like you because
You're
you
an asshole.
right. Not only are you a convicted felon, you lost your licenses because of Trump and because you defended Jeffrey E.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't like you. And but the MAGA and the Republicans even before MAGA have been stating this about black people for so long
Mm-hmm.
that well black people will just use their race as
Yeah.
a way to scapegoat
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they're being treated this way. Now it is taken to the part of where people who are Jewish that are like Dershowitz that believe the same way as Dershowitz that believe that are Zionists and believe that same way that are on the far right side of
Yeah.
MAGA that
And
they are now utilizing that same rhetoric
it's
to
funny because
defend them.
I won't say I grew up in a Jewish community, but in my community there was a Jewish community. I don't know how many Jewish universities the US has. But I know in Washington Heights on about 100, what is it, 170, no, 100 like 83rd, there's Yeshiva University in New York City. And there's a whole community of Jewish community. And it's just like the Jewish community sometimes in New York City is very, how can you say it? I don't like listening to shit. or listening to the rules, and they, especially during COVID. COVID was interesting for them in New York City. But it's just like you can't justify. Like I understand that hey, you have your beliefs, you have whatever it is, but there's no justification for the evil when you are trying to believe and how can you say propose and state that you are a religious and faithful person and you contradict
Right.
yourself with every single fucking action you do. Like that's the part that I have. That's what bothers me with the whole when they try to use the anti-Semitic speech for it, because it's like you use that as a little crutch. When you get yourself in a hole and you have no viable answer, it's a crutch that they use to basically try to stipulate, like, oh, you just don't like us because we're from there. I was like, no, bro, I just want to slap the shit out of you because you're an asshole. There's two different reasons. So it's just
Right.
like if I didn't like you because I didn't like you, that's one thing. I don't even know what your fucking religion is. So how the fuck do I dislike you for something I don't even know what you are? That's the crazy.
Exactly. Like it's less
Unless you got the
obvious for
yarmulke.
a
Unless you
person to
got
be
the
able to tell
yarmulke.
that a person is Jewish than
Yo,
it is for a person to tell somebody that like tell a
I
person
can
is
see
black.
I can see
So
an
when they
Orthodox
tried to
Jew
use that
and know it's
argument,
an Orthodox Jew. But if I see a
right,
regular
there's a
Jewish person
difference.
that
But
doesn't follow, I don't know you're Jewish. You can be
right, like
Christian, you can be Catholic, you can be Muslim. I don't fucking know what you follow.
exactly.
I'm going off of
Yeah, but
all
I
your
mean,
other actions and statements, and that's what I'm basing it off of. Not your religious beliefs,
like
but your actions and what you think is good.
like Alan Dershowitz, does he not really think that people on Martha's Vineyard do not know who he is? I mean, like, does he really think that they do not know who he is? He's been visiting there for years. They know that he was
Like,
Jeffrey
and
E's
the
attorney.
the
They know
crazy thing,
that he was indicted
but
and lost his licenses
So
because of Trump.
he was the only one. He's the only Jewish person to go to Martha's Vineyard.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Bro, like,
You know,
come
and
on,
that's
bro.
what one of the people, like, that's what one of the vendors said. They were like,
But
my
I'm Jewish.
grandparents, like, my grandparents survived there, you know, like, like one of
Yeah,
the people literally said, my grandparents survived
I know.
1930s
I I
Germany.
know there was a
And,
couple of
and
people there that was just like, but I'm Jewish. They
right.
didn't come on, bro. It's just like and that's when I started realizing that it's like when you have those. It's like with any religion, because I'm not a religious person. I'm an
same.
atheist. I did my confirmation. I did my first communion. I just had a question that the pastors and the priests and the nuns and nobody could fucking answer me, so I stopped believing. That's my justification. But the fact is that you have those people that when they use the religion as a crutch, most of the time you were some of the biggest piece of shits in the fucking world because you use it as a crutch. And then those are the people that actually follow what the faith actually fucking says. The question,
Hmm.
double luck, was what happened to Jesus Christ from 14 to 33? Nobody knows because it's not
What?
written. What happened to Jesus Christ from ages 14 to 33? Nobody knows because
That's
it's never
never
been
been
written.
written.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I stopped believing in a story I can't even get the full story of. I was 14 at the time when I was doing my first communion and doing my confirmation. And I was just asking, I was just like, yo, this man disappeared from 14 to 33. That's 19 fucking years.
Hmm.
In 19 years, my man turned water to wine, infinite bread, cured blindness, raised from the dead, and walked on water.
Cured
Bro,
leprosy.
I need this motherfucker's tricks. I need to know this man's story because this man will make me evolve. If this man took 19 years to be able to complete all this shit and he was being able to be holy, help people, take care of everything, it was just like, that's something I think I should know. So you don't think that would have
Well, and
been a great
nowhere does it
influence to
say
make?
that Mary Magdalene was a whore.
Mhm.
Like nowhere does it say that she was. That was an interpretation by different
So
churches.
more years are
And
missing than are even written about. Correct.
absolutely. And
That's why I'm just like,
I'm with you there. Honestly, I'm an atheist, and what took me to when I was a teenager, like growing up through that evangelical cult, I did not believe in it, but I wanted to because it was so forced down on me,
Hmm.
and I would just believe that I was a sinner and everything, but I didn't believe in it. And I remember my dad like pulling over the car because I was so upset and hyperventilating at how racist he was. And I was calling him out on it, and I was so upset about his racism.
Yeah.
And that was, so I was about 14 years old at that point in time. But then, I had a child out of wedlock and I was made to feel guilty, so I doubled down. But here's the thing, like when I went to college, I held a 100,000-year-old human skull in my hands, and I
Shit.
could not could not deny human evolution, and I could not deny that we are much older. And but I still wanted to,
Yeah.
and because of that cult, it was that cult mindset and that indoctrination and having to be right. And and it took, honestly, when I was in Texas, it took me working with the Fort Worth School District and the Fort Worth schools, and the schools that I was placed in was, predominantly Hispanic,
Okay.
and working with those families, that's what made me finally
Change
actually
you.
see up
See all the
to what
lies
I
that you were
truly
told.
was.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
like
get
to
you.
what I had been battling my
That's
entire life.
that's how it
And
is.
and and,
That
and
was even
it
in the
made me go
military.
to what I was.
In the
I'm
military,
sorry.
same thing. The military is the same thing. I worked with racist people in the military while serving. I had one buddy of mine that he literally denounced his family because he joined the military and would hang out with me and the rest of the people, because you join the military as people from all backgrounds, all places, and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
he denounced his family because they were basically like the same situation you were in, that they were just like ingraining that into him. And then he would come to the unit, and then it's just like when he would be like, "Hey man," it was just like, "Hey man, we going out," and he would just be like, "Nah man, I'm kind of broke." And be like, "I ain't ask you if you was broke. I said we going out. Get your shit. Let's go." And he was like, "Oh," I was like, "That's weird." I was just like, people don't do that where I'm from. It was just like, especially what I was told from my family, people like y'all aren't friendly. Y'all dangerous. And I was just like, bro, before I slap you, you better get your ass in the car. He was like, yeah, that's the part they were telling me about. Just like, and then he got in the car. But then it was just like after that, he saw it. It was just like you have to experience that, because that's why I say for me, it was like with racism. I didn't experience racism till I got to Fort Riley for the first time, and I was in the military. I was from New York City. There was no fucking thing as fucking racism. Everybody knew everybody. I know people from all over the fucking world. You get used to it. People from all over the world are there, all ethnicities, cultures, religions, everything. You get used to it. So it's just like everybody understands. It's like, all right, you wear something on your head. You don't. You wear certain clothing. You don't. You believe in this. You do that. And it's just like, oh, okay. It made me be able to have the ability to see outside my experience, my environment,
Hmm.
my thing. And then that was just like, yeah, I was woke, basically. They woke me. New
Right,
York City woke
exactly.
me to fucking what the world could offer you when it came to just different cultures, different people, different languages, and all that stuff. And it's just like, damn. And it's just like we got so many people in this country that still have that problem, that they're still ingrained and they still get taught the same craziness. But at the same time, it's like sometimes it's religion, sometimes it's just racism, sometimes it's discrimination, sometimes it's just a hatred because that one person had a bad experience with one person,
Hmm.
and they just deemed the whole fucking race criminals or bad people, and then every single person that they meet to, oh, like, don't talk to that guy.
Yeah, but
Cruz,
why
terrible.
don't they
He's
do that
Spanish.
about white people? I'm a white woman. The vast majority of crime, violent crime, is committed by white men.
The
I
police would
can tell you right
put it
now
like this.
that
Remember, the police was not created to actually uphold the law.
I know.
The police
I mean,
department
I
was
can tell you
created
right now,
to
28 miles
catch
away from me, my
runaway
grape
slaves.
is
So
28 miles away from me is where my rapist lives. He owns multiple bars and restaurants There have been Facebook pages about him that are being sued. I finally came out, and that was after, even though my his conviction for me that he never served time for
That's crazy.
is documented in our city, and he is allowed to expand into the next big city. And the next big city is the third biggest city in the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, this is
That's
like
that's
I
that's the
deal
problem
with
with
a mini
this.
Trump on my own turf, like literally,
Hmm.
and like I'm one of
Trust
those.
me, I know.
And this was going on like it was like a mini Jeffrey E in my own
No,
area
no, I
because of
trust
what
me.
was going on.
Because the thing is
And
I have daughters, and this whole situation is what fucking riles me up and pisses me off the most, especially with MAGA defending this shit. Because the thing
yeah,
is I'm gonna end up in jail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Something's gonna happen to whoever would be fucking crazy enough and stupid enough to put their hands on my kids. Plain and simple. But the thing
hmm
is who's gonna end up in jail for longer, me or them? I would end up in jail for longer for something that they would have not done as much time. And it's
I
crazy.
did a
And then if it comes to
I
the race part, which you can't deny it, if I'm brown and I get hit with that and it was a white person that did it, it's not going to be the same justification. Not going to be the same
Kent.
sentencing either. So it's
No, I get it. Like Kent State University actually still utilizes one of my portfolios that I put together, and it was regarding SA. And we had to put together for this portfolio three different perspectives, and I chose SA, and I'm utilizing SA to keep TikTok
no, I
turn
know.
friendly.
Look,
And
they're gonna ban me regardless, so it don't matter.
okay,
These people don't
like
like me.
like they still utilize it to this day. It's been more than 20 years. Um, it was three different perspectives. The perspective was from the victim, the perspective was from the prosecution, and the perspective was from the perpetrator. And I interviewed all of them, including uh, people that were the guards and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and how, even back then in Ohio, it was that they continuously released these perpetrators knowing that they had a 97%
Of
recidivism
repeating.
rate
Mm-hmm.
because, exactly, because they would get $30,000 per recidivist every time that they would go back into the system. It didn't matter what they went into the system for, whether it was for something else,
Oh, so I
another
clocked them
offense,
and
whether
then
it
they
was
got
for rugs or whatever.
whoa.
Yep, and they got $30,000 back. And so this is the privatization of it. This is where this privatization comes into play. And this is a problem. And so I was clocking all
Mm-hmm.
of this, but I also did all these interviews, including psychologists. Like I did extensive interviews and research. And, you know, it's a 97% recidivism rate that they are going to offend in some way again. Literally, these people sit there and say, I would sit there and see a little girl doing a cartwheel in her grass playing, and I would think that it was enticing me. That is a quote
That's
from
crazy.
one of the offenders. And so people defending Trump and people defending Jeffrey and people, or they're not necessarily defending Jeffrey, but they're defending the people that were involved.
Mm-hmm.
Ghislaine Maxwell, um, they're defending Trump, they're defending the billionaires, the worldwide owners of this. I mean, just the fallout of what I've had to deal with locally over the past year and a half of what came to light because my dockets were sealed And it's been 27 years for myself, and trying to have to like go through this again of it becoming public. And now, like people seeing that it became public, what these victims of Jeffrey E. and like what they are having to go through, it is real. It is.
No, and I understand that. The thing is like, this is what I say about that list. What they need to fucking do is redact all the victims' names. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's how easy it is. I don't need the
Really
perpetrators redacted. Just redact every list of every victim. You want to protect the victims' names? Then all you got to do is block out their names and get rid of them. Then nobody knows who they are. But I know what every perpetrator is because their names will still be there. Meaning that once that list drops, I should be seeing fucking Cash Patel's dumbass in fucking his nice FBI fucking jacket pulling up and just fucking arresting the people on the list. That's all I should be seeing on the news. I shouldn't be seeing anything else. I shouldn't be worried or seeing more ICE people fucking making arrests. I should be seeing all these pedophiles being arrested, being fucking trialed, being fucking jailed, and being registered as fucking sex offenders. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's fucking it.
And
it's not that
yeah,
difficult.
100%.
Man.
I had to call up one of the counties because I had to do my grand jury was in a different county, and I had to tell them, and I wasn't notified that my name when I was 16 years old was still in there, and I had to call them up, and I was like, I was 16 years old, I was underage, I was a minor, you have to redact that. Mm-hmm. No, you don't have to give up the victims' names. You don't spend 1,000 people. You don't put 1,000 people 24 hours a day for how many days to redact a person's name, one single person's name, from files unless you're trying to hide it.
Yep.
And that's what they did with Trump. Mm-hmm. And they've admitted to it. He admitted to it inadvertently because he's so stupid. He did it 2 days ago. He admitted to it.
He knows his on there. The thing is just like the problem is that MAGA is not fucking on his ass about it. Because it's like, bro, this dude is on a list with pedophiles. I don't give a fuck what he does for you as president. I don't give a fuck how much supposed no taxes on overtime your dumbass isn't getting anyway, but you thought you was going to get. That shit has nothing to do with the fact that his ass is on that list and there's a ton of people in there that need to be fucking put under the fucking jail. Plain and simple.
Exactly. And the no taxes on tips. Oh, all the CPAs got a file from the IRS just so that we can go to the big beautiful bill too. Mm-hmm. They all got what it's actually going to entail for this next year. Mm-hmm. I work for a CPA on the side for trucking companies, and she gave me the handout. Like, she handed me like what the IRS provided. These people thinking that the no tax on tips and you know the as far as
the tax on tips,
even the overtime
and tips,
even the overtime, like what they're thinking on the overtime, it's so overtime is 1.5 times. Mm-hmm. You're only getting the half time deducted. That's it.
Oh,
not the 1.5 time, the half time deducted. That's from the IRS. I have the printout to the CPAs.
Here's my cat. Just made toothless. There you go.
Oh my God! I have a little black cat too. Mine is 5 months old. She's beautiful.
He will be 6 months, I think, this month. 6 months.
He's beautiful.
Aww. Roam around. Don't fuck shit up though. I keep him off the desk sometimes. He tries to chew on cables at times. Bro, I know you ain't jumping from there. You ballsy. You ain't that ballsy.
Yeah, but just so you know, it's only that 0.5% that's deductible.
That part I did not know. That's
yeah,
good.
None of us did.
Wow. Oh,
until the IRS put that out to the
oh, so
CPAs.
they got people even
That was interesting.
mega, y'all dumbasses. God damn, that's stupid. Yo, so they're gonna. I knew there was a catch. There was gonna be a catch, and I just thought the catch was when they said that it was just like the 20% part, not that it was only gonna be the half.
0.5%. Not the 1.5, it's the 0.5%.
I mean, wait till these people hear that shit. What? No, that's the thing though. You gonna tell them they still not gonna believe you.
Mm-mm.
They're not gonna believe you
And
till next tax season when they actually get their taxes and they go to file the shit and then they go and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all this money back, and they be like, here's your $2. I'm like, what?
you know what sucks is like I told
What's
you,
the
the company I work for is Severe MAGA. Like the head is Severe MAGA. I am his admin assistant, office manager. I handle the taxing with
That's
the accountant who was the one that I also do on the side work for trucking companies. She's the CPA and she's the one that handed me this. She's not MAGA.
that's
And I've known her for like 40 years.
yo.
And like her daughter and I are best friends and everything. We've been best friends since we were little. Well, anyway, so
Apple.
like she handed me this, but I'm just like, oh my God, like the shit that I'm gonna have to deal with when it comes to tax time because I'm gonna have to do all this for the
Yo.
company. And I am like,
Nah, that's
thankfully,
gonna.
I have such a good rapport with the with all of the people. I'm
Yes.
like, they're not gonna blame me.
No, no, because the
They
thing
love
is
me.
that's you know what's funny, because the thing is the funny part about all this also is that there's midterm elections next year, right? So this is
Yep.
something that if the Democrats don't use it to their advantage, they'll be like, hey, remember all those taxes you were supposed to get? Where are they now? Just fucking just show all the billionaires
Right?
on yachts. It's just like, what's that money you were
Exactly.
supposed to get? Oh, it's right here. Donald Trump's new $400 million airplane, $200 billion ballroom. What else we got? We got honorary fucking CEOs as military fucking service members, which I would slap the shit out of each one of those fucking CEOs if I saw them in uniform. Dumbass fucking country. Who the fuck gives an honorary? That's the biggest slap to the fucking United States military. You just fucking commissioned 3 fucking CEOs because they had money.
Like I said, the biggest welfare queens are
The
the
corporations, yeah,
corporations.
they've always have been. But the easiest way to take the
Hmm.
heat off of them is those immigrants, man. They taking your shit,
Well, yeah, now it's
all
the
your shit.
immigrants. Before it was the poor.
The,
But
the poor, they gotta pick. They
I've
gotta
been
change it.
seeing
Gotta
MAGA
keep it.
now, like MAGA now going back to the rhetoric of the welfare queen. You know, like what Reagan tried to institute as the welfare queen.
Ah,
They're
fucking
trying to bring
Reagan.
that back.
These
I
people.
hate Reagan.
These people have like MAGA doesn't know. Like I'm so confused because I'm 40 years old. So most of the time, I know with TikTok, most of the people will be around my age range. So I'm more confused because the MAGA that I do get, I'm like, y'all about my age. Y'all went through the shit before. How the
Hmm.
fuck were you so stupid again? Like, how did you stay dumb after the first time and then came back the
They didn't
second
pay
time?
attention.
I was just like, because it's like your life was so much better under Trump the first time, but somehow it got so much worse under Biden. I don't understand how that
No, it was
happened.
posting into Trump because of Obama, and then it stalled
Yeah,
because
of
of
Trump. I know.
Trump's policies
They don't believe
in
that.
the Biden administration, and they blamed Biden for it. For it.
That,
I tried to tell my parents this.
but that's what I tried. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because the thing is like, y'all had Trump the first time. Y'all had George Bush Jr. Y'all
Hmm.
had Reagan. Y'all saw how each time these Republican presidents cut taxes on the wealthy, the country started going into a recession and started losing its power. Every single time it's happened. So now it happened with Trump the first time, and now somehow they think it's not going to happen again. because all these tax cuts, all these benefits cuts, all these things. And what is Trump going to do? Trump is going to go right back to Mar-a-Lago with his $400 million plane and not give a fuck about any one of these fucking MAGA dumbasses for the rest of his life. If he even makes it the
Oh,
next
I
4
can
years.
answer that. I can answer how they think that. I can actually answer that because I used to like that was something that made me actually question. So, um, the whole thing of the Republicans actually did believe, well, and they only believed it to a certain extent. Well, when a Republican is in office, when he leaves office, look at how good the Democrat is doing. Because that's from the Republican office, because of the Republican policies are finally taking effect.
Mm-hmm.
But then they would deny when a
The same
Republican
thing.
would
Yep.
retake office that, and they would sit there and say, well, this downturn is, that's because of the private or previous, and they would like push it forward. And
Yeah.
I get pushing forward because you know what? We do see that. We saw that with Trump and his policies and what it cost Biden
Mm-hmm.
and what Biden actually had to do and undertake in order to bring us to where we could cope as the United States, where we could each actually cope, and we were exceeding better and farther than any other developed nation and coming out of what had come about with C-19.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
but
understand that fully, but MAGA's
yeah, but
it's
like they want to sit there and say, well,
fucking idiots.
theirs extended into what the good policies were. Yeah, the Democrats' policies hadn't taken place, so they want to take credit.
No, I know.
They
They'll
don't
take
want to take
credit. Shit,
credit for the
Trump
downturn.
Trump
They
has
only want to take
Trump has been
credit for
doing
the.
that already. Trump has been taking
Yep.
credit for shit that somebody else did, or the wrong stuff, the bad stuff. He's blaming it on somebody else, but it was him that did it. Like the whole trade deal with Canada and Mexico, he signed it, and then he later then said that it was terrible and it was a bad fucking deal for the United States, even though he did it. What's up, bro? Where you trying to climb, bro? Where you going? You trying to get down? Okay. There you go. Be free. Go bother your brother. He just looking at me like, bro. But yeah, it's a thing. It's like until we can't get it is going faster this time around, Myra. It's just the thing is like this time around, the Republicans put their shit together.
They're cowtailing. Well, and they're cowtailing. They're just bypassing any kind of legislation. They're bypassing anything. They're just letting Trump get away with whatever
They're
to
basically
just completely crash everything.
mm-hmm. And that's because that's the easiest way to do it because it's easier to like I said, like it's easier when people have no options, and it gets tough,
Right.
and it's gonna be tough for
Well,
certain
how do
people.
you control? You
Easiest way to
control
control
when a
people.
person is desperate. You can control when a person is desperate. So you get a person desperate enough, you have no choice but to abide.
This is
And
one
that's
thing I
what they're
learned
looking for.
with the military. You want to fuck with people, you fuck with their time, you fuck with their money, and you fuck with their sleep. Your time is getting fucked over because now you're going to probably have to get a second job or you're going to have to work more hours to try to pay for all the shit that went up. Because that's going to happen.
Which effectively affects with everything else.
Mm-hmm. And then everything else is going up, but your wage isn't going up. So these corporations are now. So what? This is the thing that I tell MAGA. It was just like, look, these corporations are now getting a permanent tax cut, right? So if they're getting a permanent tax cut, that means that if they're getting another 6% reduction, shouldn't you be able to get a 6% raise?
Absolutely. It's all buyback.
Is everybody should get a 6% raise. Y'all just lowered y'all taxes by 6%, meaning your payroll tax is going down. The taxes that you're going to have to pay in is going down. That means you're going to make another 6% profit which means you should be giving it to your employees. Now, if prices don't go up and wages don't go up by 6%, which is the thing it is, isn't that enough proof to show that this bullshit trickle down and Reagan economics doesn't fucking work?
Well, and on top of that, isn't it enough to see that they're not putting back into the economy as well? That shouldn't the economy bounce back by 6%
Yeah. But the thing
as a
is when you're talking to
surplus?
MAGA,
But it's not going to.
MAGA don't understand that.
No, because
MAGA's excited
MAGA
about
don't
being
math.
told that the tariff revenue that we've gotten is exceeding record numbers, and MAGA will be like, "Yeah, you see, the tariffs are working." I was like, your
Yeah,
dumbass
because
was
we're
paying
paying
that,
for
right?
them.
Fucking idiot! Like, oh,
Yeah, like I mean, my
these
own
people are
MAGA boss had to ask his own daughter 2 weeks ago
these people are
to
infuriating.
calculate the he had to ask his daughter, he's like, can you tell me what the tariffs are going to be for steel? And she couldn't find it, and I had to find it, and I was like, tell your dad this is what it's going to be,
For
because
now,
nepotism works at my work. I'm like, tell your dad this is what it's going to be as of August 1st, that this is what it's set to be. He was pissed off. And I'm like, you fucking voted for
you
this and
did
you
this.
still promote him on a daily basis.
It was like
Like
you making less money, but
three
who you gonna
fourths of
blame?
his workforce is what he calls illegal.
Wow.
3/4 of his workforce is what he calls illegal.
But
I'm
then,
not kidding you.
see, and that's the thing that pisses me off because it's always those same people that fucking have immigrants working for them that'll be like, "Oh, we vote for Trump. Yeah, ICE need to do all this shit." But when your fucking job gets shut down, then all of a sudden it's just like, "Oh no, we should keep them." Nah, fuck y'all. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like 3/4 of his workforce, which is our welders, are what he classifies as illegal.
Nah. Yeah.
And
This
I and I,
this.
I there's no way for me to like give them a signal that I am their only like hey, I'm on your side, dudes. Like I can't.
I. It's.
I suck at Spanish. I suck at learning a second language. I really suck at it. I actually need to learn that phrase so that I can just like flat out tell them, because no one else that is MAGA in my entire area would be able to understand if I were to like say, "Hey, I'm on your side."
Oh. Yeah. Well, but you could say estoy. Let me see. How would you put it in context? Because it would be weird because you would have to come up to him and they'd be like, estoy, bueno, estoy con ustedes is the best way to put it. Estoy con ustedes. It's like, I am with you guys.
Estoy con ustedes.
Estoy con ustedes. And that's basically
Estoy
saying,
con
I'm
ustedes.
with you guys. So I'm with you guys. Estoy con
Okay.
ustedes. So they'll understand that, and it's just like,
Yeah.
they'll understand that. If you say, yo estoy con ustedes, they'll understand that it's like, oh, she's saying that she's with us. That's the easiest way to put it, I guess. That would be the easiest way of saying it. But it's
Thank you.
I'm Spanish, so it's second nature to do it. Even though most of the time when people ask me to translate, it's like the toughest thing to do. I don't know why. I don't fucking know why. But yeah,
Yeah.
it happens.
I
This country is just interesting, and it's just like I was saying it earlier. I was just like, in 2 years, y'all probably ain't gonna see me again. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna go move somewhere else. Because if this country continues in the rate that it's going, with the stupidity that it's going, with the fucking pedophiles being able to fucking run wild and fucking people committing crimes and not being held accountable, my daughters is not living in this fucking country or being raised there. No, not doing that. That is not the fucking American dream I grew up knowing, and I'm not gonna have that for the dream for my daughters. If that's the case where this country wants to be just fucking terrible for its people and basically not do anything for its people, but try to make sure that you have control over them by all means necessary, because everything runs off electricity, and you already know they raise in electricity. That's a controlling factor.
what was
So it's meat prices, food prices, grocery prices, everything going up. That's a way to control you, because if you can't force yourself to buy it, you're gonna have to work more. You got to pay bills. You don't want to be homeless. That's the threat of it. It's just like you could be homeless if you don't work. You don't do this. They're trying to reduce benefits. They're trying to cut benefits from the older generation, or just like the boomers. Even though some of their asses deserve it, I said it. I fucking said it. Some of them boomers
What was
deserve this
the
shit.
American dream that you were brought up on?
The American dream. The American dream I was brought up on was I came from an immigrant family. My family is from the Dominican Republic. My family was born and raised there. My family went through one of the worst dictatorships known in human history, basically. The one, his name is Trujillo, from the Dominican Republic. So they grew and they went through that. And my uncle decided to get his visa, come to the United States. From there, he got settled, got himself a job, got himself a place. And then from there, was working on my grandmother, my mother, my aunt, my uncle, my other two aunts, and brought them over here also. Did it the legal way, did it that. And what did my family do? They just worked their asses off. That's what I grew up knowing. I grew up seeing my mom and my dad working nonstop. Working, and it was just like, hey, you work hard, you can be somebody. You work hard, you can make it somewhere. And that's how I was brought up, because it was like, hey, you see your family working hard as shit. You don't understand that they're being discriminated upon. You don't understand the part that they don't have great English. They can communicate and talk English, but they don't have great English, and you have people discriminating upon them because of their speaking ability. So then it's just like growing up to seeing that, it's just like, yeah, I didn't know about that till I was older. Because I didn't know that. I didn't see that. I just went to fucking school, got the school education, got to play in the park, all that stuff. It was just like growing up seeing the fact that, hey, you work hard, you go to school, you study, you can be successful. That's the dream I grew up doing.
Okay.
And I did that. I went to school, got I went to college, got out of college, life happened, joined the military, served 10 years, got my bachelor's degree while serving, just graduated with my master's 3 months ago. And it's just like hard work pays off.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
3 months ago?
Yeah, I just graduated.
Seriously?
In May. I got my master's, and it was just like, that's all I've been doing. I was just like, that's the dream I know of. It's like I busted my ass and I worked hard and I gave and I sacrificed for this country. And I have the benefit of getting my GI Bill because I decided to serve this country. I love this country. It's a great fucking country. And that's the fucking mantra and the thought process, especially being from New York City when you had to deal with fucking 9/11 and seeing the buildings go down and seeing all the rubble and then seeing everybody coming out covered in fucking ash and all that shit. It was just like, it changes you because New York City grew together. So that was the American dream. It's the melting pot. At least that's what it's explained to me in New York City. The United States is the melting pot of the world. And then you go to the fucking Midwest and you first experience racism for the first time because they'd never really seen somebody that was brown. I can't control that. The American dream doesn't look so American when you American and people look at you like you Egyptian or Middle Eastern. I was just like that. The American dream changed there. It was just like, damn, I'm a United States fucking service member. And I'm dealing with racism. I'm like, the fuck? I was like, this is the last place I would think I would fucking deal with this shit. The American dream. It isn't the same for everybody, but working hard, being able to educate yourself is something that everybody in this country deserves the right to have. And it shouldn't be something that should be out of reach for anybody in this country. If you're born in this country, you should have the right to attend a university, get degrees, get educated, be able to get something to be able to provide for the United States. But if you do that, even if you don't have the resources, people still look down upon you sometimes. So it's like the American dream, sours the older you get. It sounds fucking amazing when you're growing up. But then when you actually see what the real world is outside of your environment, you're like, fuck this shit. It's like, fuck it. Oh, just like, you end up like with double heating up your pool outside, fucking freezer on the inside. And it's just like, bro, I can't. It's like the American dream is different for people, but people come to this country because they're getting away from something. And that's something that people don't understand. That's something that MAGA will never understand. They will never understand having their family literally being terrorized. And then seeing that the person, the head of the family, decided that they were going to fucking try to leave their country or leave their place of residence to go to a place that they have no idea where it is, don't know the language, don't know nobody, don't know no networking or anything, and they decided to fucking start a new life. That's how bad the situation is, and that's why I try to tell people that, like, that's the immigrant story of it. It was like, you know what it is to be in such a bad position that you decided I'm leaving everything I have. You know how bad you got to be to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually do. I actually do.
And it's just like, but
Being
that's the thing. A
in
lot
an
of people
abusive
don't.
marriage, I actually
Hmm.
do.
Yeah, and but that's the thing. A lot of people don't experience that, so they don't. A lot of MAGAs never seen that. A lot of MAGAs only seen that in TV, and they think it's fake. So then when a person goes through it, it's just like, oh, it's not that bad. Or, oh, they deserved it. It's like, no. I was like, this person came over here because wherever they were at, it was that bad that they could not take care of their family, that they decided that they were going to move themselves over to try to make a better life for them to be able to take care of their family. It's a whole different thought process and a different mentality, but most MAGA don't understand that, and most MAGA will never experience that because it's like your family was here. Your family did immigrate over here, and then you've been here for a couple of generations. So you directly didn't experience that because if you've had your family here since like the 1600s, your ass ain't dealing with too much. But if a family just got here in like the 1950s, 1960s, imagine that coming into the United States when the fucking civil rights movement was happening and you don't understand a fucking word that's going on. Still worked, still paid taxes. Everybody became citizens. They had me. I'm the first in the fucking military from the family, and clearly not the last because I got a couple of people following behind me now. But it's like you do all these things, and it's just like the American dream is just, yes, I know I could be good in this country. I know I can do something with my life. I've been able to. Shit, I own a house. Put it like this: I never thought I would have been able to live in fucking Europe, Hawaii, San Diego, fuck Kansas, even though I live here now, but and New York. And I was just like, most people don't get to leave their fucking town. That was the American dream for me. I got to move around the country because the U.S. military decided to station me in Hawaii. When the fuck was I going to get the chance to live 3 years in Hawaii? Then they stationed me in Germany. When the fuck was I going to pay for 4 years of living in Germany? Just like that's all afforded to me by the United States. But then if I get stopped, I'll get looked at by ICE, and ICE will look at me like I'm an immigrant because I'm brown. That's racial profiling. But yeah.
And
But
and
living the
you
dream, as you like
understand
to say.
Spanish, and
Mhm.
they're gonna target you even
Oh,
harder.
especially if I start talking Spanish. I think I would do it on purpose, just so one of them can come up to me. Just for it. And I'll be like, what the fuck you gonna do to me? I'm just like, I'm gonna go to jail, but I'm gonna be like, look, you tried to detain a United States Army veteran. You were in the wrong. You didn't want to hear it. So I put my hands on you. And then y'all jumped me. It was like, I'm suing y'all. That's it. I was like, I ain't got no reason to be stopped, but the same thing with racism. They don't care if the person is here legally or not. You fit the description of being a minority, we're gonna round you up. We'll figure it out later. But that's the thing with this country. It's just like those things don't get exposed. And the thing is, I think a lot of people don't realize that all these things have been happening for decades. It's just that we never had social media to let us see it. That's it. This has been happening in the South for decades. Gerrymandering has been going on for decades.
Hmm.
But cuts, states being poor, states not managing their money well, all that's been happening for decades. But now with the internet and phones and TikTok and all this, you can see all that shit getting pushed out. Whereas before, people were just literally clueless because they didn't know. Now it's like you have the ability, but you stuck on stupid. I just don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. I was just like, because your environment does hinder you, and that's one thing. It's just like it's funny when you go to the universities and stuff, and then it's just like I'm from New York City, but I'm in Kansas. So my perspective on things is larger. Got a lot more people, a lot more experiences with different things. And then coming to a smaller town, a smaller city, and then it's just like, oh, they're like, we don't do stuff like that here. I was just like, why? I was just like, we never thought we don't need that. I was just like, oh, so y'all don't think y'all should get like a bus route or something? Be able to help people move around the city. Y'all don't think that's a good idea? They're like, we have it, but nobody uses it. I was like, yeah, obviously, if the shit only runs fucking every 2 hours, ain't nobody gonna be using it consistently if the shit don't show up. Like, it's it's like the
Right. How are they
conversations you
supposed to get where they need to go?
it's like the shit comes every 2 hours. So I gotta make sure I work at a certain time where I gotta be there 2 hours early because that's the only time the bus comes. Nah, bro, not happening. And we a college town too. These broke college students ain't got money to be driving nowhere. They ain't got no damn cars.
Right.
What fucking college student driving? Well, they'll buy them beaters, but even then, they gotta have money to fucking fix that beater when it starts fucking up. But I don't know. This country needs a
I don't know.
fucking
I
wake
know
up
a
call.
college student that went through four cars before he even got to college, but his dad also is in the top 1%.
Oh, that's different when it happens that way. I didn't.
Right.
I didn't have that luxury. I didn't have generations of my family raised here. I am basically I'm the first generation born here. There's only two other people born from my family that were born here first to me. Those are my two cousins. Then besides that, everybody else is born here. But I was the first generation of it. So I'm kind of like a role model, and like I try to see it as I have to be a role model, and I have to be able to set the future up for the next generation. Because you have to lay that foundation, because it's the same way it's been done for generations. Got to get your education, got to get that, and it's, hey, now I got the legacy program. My kids could go to the school. And I'm a United States veteran. They don't got to pay for the school. Shit. It's learning the American dream, but learning that the American dream is what the rich people are doing, not what everybody else is.
Yeah.
That's the American dream. Learn from the people that have been doing it. Don't try to just wing it. A lot of people just try to wing it. Of like, I'm going to make it because I'm going to wing it. Nah, just follow the blueprint. They did it. It might be some sketchy shit like some of these people be doing, but most of it, you could do it if you straight. Networking, doing like that, you'd be good. But this country right now, the way it's going, laws changing, women's rights being taken, fucking just people's rights being taken, people just being able to be harassed for no fucking reason. Like, it's just like this country has gone, it's starting to go backwards. I was like, it felt like we were on a good path in this country. And then it's just like, these past couple of years, it's just like you've seen how, I don't know. I don't even know.
Well, you bring up an excellent point about how back in the day, sorry, it like my I kind of have like a lizard brain that it just, do you hear the
You're good.
echo or is that just me?
Just you.
Okay. So there's this thing of how gangs were started in the 1950s and the 1960s, like late 1960s to 1965, how they were started and why. And they were started to, in
Protect the
effect,
people in
to
the communities.
protect people,
Mhm.
right, in minority communities.
Same thing that happened with
That's
the
what
Black
we're
Panthers.
going to have to go back to.
And that's sad. That's
It
sad.
is because like people don't realize that that's why gangs were started to begin with, was for a protection for a minority group
That's what
because
the
minorities were so mistreated.
That's what the Black Panthers did. The Black Panthers did that because they were helping the people in their community. They were protecting the community because you had white officers that would come and just terrorize them. They were starting
Right.
schools. They were starting lunches. They actually were the ones that started the ambulance. The Black Panthers were the ones that actually created the ambulance. They took a hearse and they retrofitted it and used it as a ambulance for Black people in their communities. Once that got out because it was so efficient and it helped work, that's how come the ambulances kept on growing. So that was because of the Black Panthers. But
That I didn't know.
most people don't
That
know that
is
story. Most people don't. I forget the guy's name because it was one guy that had the idea, and he was in the Black Panthers because he was like, hey, if people need to get to the doctor or something like that, we need to get them because these people are not coming to get us. They're not coming and driving to pick us up if we have any injuries. If we call, they're not coming to get us. So we have to provide that for our own community. So they took a hearse, retrofitted it. People got sick, anything, put them in the hearse, drove them to the hospital. And then there was a hospital that they were taking care of. And it's just like all that stuff, like you said, those gangs were happening because it was a resource that the community needed, that the United States was not providing that because they were either discriminating or there was an issue. And that's why gangs were formed. The only problem is that the gangs somehow turned on themselves. I don't know how the fuck that happened. That's the story I always want to know. I was just like, yeah, we're helping the communities,
I
and
would
then all of a
again
sudden you're just like,
I would again associate that with limited resources. You know,
sure,
you have to limited resources where you have a bunch of single moms, you have low income that are kept in the same community and that are forced to live in the same community
mhm,
where, like as costs rise, as costs rise,
yeah,
that they have to accommodate. And the only way that they can do it is because if you look through the evolution, then they started with the civil rights movement and everything, where no longer the Black communities were allowed to have their own banks or anything like that. So they had to start being implemented and integrated into the white society, but they were still held down
hmm,
for being Black. And therefore, you had these communities that were not being brought up in spite of people being able to get the jobs, but it wasn't enough.
yeah.
You had a very vast majority that were still living in poverty. And so, what did they turn to? The only other natural resource, which was rugs
Mhm.
or any other kind of illegal manner to
No,
maintain.
yeah, because that's what it is. That's why you see those inner city communities. What do they have? Crime. They deal with that stuff, and it's just like can't get out the hood if that's the mentality and that's the thing that gets people out. And the way they get out is jail or in a coffin, unfortunately.
Right.
And it's people don't see that resource, but then it's so many factors when it comes to it because it's like growing up in the neighborhood and it's just like even those people that were doing the illegal stuff are not the same anymore as the generations before. Like the
No, no,
generations
they
me
aren't.
growing up, they actually respected the kids that went to school. Back in those
Right.
days, they were just like, oh, you a school kid now, you a good kid, get the fuck out of here. Hey, stay in school, keep reading your books. They saw the knucklehead, it was like, ah, yeah, you can hang out with us. We know you ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere. It was like they
they're like,
selected you. It's just like that's a good kid. Hey, that's a school kid, man. That kid go to books. He going to school. He gonna go somewhere. Leave that kid alone. You though, nah, you don't. You always cutting school. Always fucking cutting class. Get your ass over here. I got a job for you. That's how it starts. That's as easy as it starts. And it's just like a community that doesn't have that resources, doesn't have the schools, doesn't have the ability to actually bring people up and educate them on the stuff that they have ability to or availability to. It makes it difficult for that generation just to be like, oh, you know what? I can go to school. I can become a lawyer. You know what? I'm going to be a doctor. That's not the thought process when you in the neighborhood where your school is beat down, run down. You got metal detectors in your shit. Fucking the whole place is beaten down. It's just like, it's, I don't know. New York City, I thank New York City because it gave me a lot of experiences that I don't think I would have been able to see if I were to live anywhere else. Because
Do
wow,
you know the number one most educated demographic in the United States is right now?
black women.
Yep.
Hmm.
Sorry, the other two people that might be listening or that are,
That are
they
still
can
here.
see only four. Yeah, I know it's late,
Yeah.
just in case they didn't know, but I love that. I love that fact.
Well,
You know what? It is late. Just I hope that you would have me up again. I have
yeah.
loved
Just
being
tune
with
in. No
you.
problem.
And it in any time, like I would love to debate alongside you, like
Yeah, of
anytime.
course. I have no problem. Like, there's certain days, I'll tell you this. There's certain days that when I go on, I'm not gonna have any guests. There's certain days that it's just gonna be I got shit on
Understood.
my head and I gotta push it out and I don't want to deal with MAGA stupidity. And then there's other days that it's just like, you know what? I want to have conversation. I want to talk about these things. I want to see what other people think and how they go about it. Most of the time, I just want to argue with MAGA to see how they fucking justify their ignorance, their racism, or their stupidity. But if they don't pull up, because most of the time they don't, because they come in here and they see, okay, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. Because I don't talk nonsense. I look up on my shit and then I fucking blurt it out. I'm not MAGA where it's just like, oh shit, Fox News. No, I'm gonna do some research before I
Right.
say it. I don't like looking like a fool. It's like you lose credibility the more times you get caught lying. Unless you're
Right.
MAGA, you might get more shit. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I haven't been lying enough. That's why they haven't been tuning in.
I think that's what all Democrats are doing wrong is we're not lying.
Yeah. Well, unless you're me, I get banned for misinformation for telling the truth. Because that's why I
You're
got
not
banned
the only
earlier.
one.
I got banned earlier because I was talking about the whole the Utah senator, and then all of a sudden I got banned. And I looked at it. I was just like, I saw my screen just like the app just closed out. I was just like, yep, they did it again. And then I just put on there. I was just like, I was just reporting the facts on this, and the person was ridiculing me before they did it, and then my appeal went through with no problem. I was like, okay,
Yeah, wasn't his son?
that's it. I was just like, oh, playing like they're playing. Yeah. That's what they do that shit. They'll come out and they'll always, for me, I've always been, every single time I've gotten banned, except for like twice. There was 2 times that I was just like, I was just roasting the shit out of somebody. Like somebody came on and I was just like being just, I was going in. I was just like, that one I understood why I got banned. I didn't even appeal that one. I kept that one. But the other ones have been me talking and people just mad at the fact that I'm speaking the truth and having a conversation and they don't understand that they're wrong. Otherwise, you'll see if you hear more V that I just kick people. I ain't got time for that shit. It was like, if you want to have a conversation as MAGA, we can have it. But if you just want to act a fool and talk out your face, I'm not wasting my time. Actual Democrats, progressives, whatever the hell people are, don't want to listen to stupidity. They want to actually have conversations that can actually further this country and make it better, not listen to ignorance. So I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate the conversation.
Thank
And
you so much.
anytime, just request up. If I don't accept, it's because basically it's that, or sometimes it depends. If I'm in a very argumentative mood, I'll just argue with them myself. If I don't feel like arguing,
No,
I'll
I
bring
get
all
it.
y'all up. I'll bring all y'all up and be like, y'all beat this guy up. I don't got it's just like, because sometimes it's just like I don't like having too many guests on without having the same amount of MAGA. Because then they always like
Yeah.
to cry. It was like, oh my God, y'all like teaming up on me. I was like, no, bro, you just dumb. It's just like everybody's coming at you because you dumb. There's a
But
difference.
on their lives, they do the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Like they're such
I know.
babies.
Mhm. That's the thing. Most of the time I've tried to jump on some of them, but then it's just like I try to jump on the ones that they actually sound like they know what they're talking about. I don't
Mhm.
jump onto the lives that I just know there's just like plain stupidity. I want to talk to one of the ones that actually sounds like they're actually intelligent, but they just don't
But that's
know
hard to
what they
pick.
need to do. Oh no, it's easy for me to pick. I could tell them apart. I could tell people, I could tell MAGA apart easily now. I've been arguing with them for so long. It was just like the first question you just got to ask them is, why did you vote for Donald Trump? That's it. Just ask them that question. And based off that answer, if they can't give you an actual full description, that's not the reason you voted for them. Plain and simple. If I'm
Most of
asking
it
you,
is because they're racist, they're bigoted, and they're
yeah,
prejudiced, and they just love his
but they,
rhetoric.
but they won't say that. so
No,
they
of
come up
course no.
so they
No,
come up with a
no, they
bullshit answer,
won't.
and that's how I know they're
Yeah.
full of shit. That's why I know how to pick them, because then I expose them. That's why I do it. Just because I know, it's just like, oh, so you picked it because of this. Oh, because immigration and it was bad. And then I just tell them, just keep elaborating. And as you keep on asking them those questions, they keep on fumbling over themselves, and then they just expose themselves and contradict themselves. You'll see. You'll see. That's what I like to do. But they run from me now because TikTok don't like pushing me out no more. I make too much sense. Because that's the thing. I don't mind talking to controversial stuff, but that's why I started the YouTube. So if I get kicked here and I'm on the live, y'all can just go to YouTube and just go over there. What up, Sagi? I'm about to cut out, Sagi. You came in late. I love joining your live stream. Myra, that's the thing. I try to be as honest with people as possible. I try to be as helpful as possible. The same thing that I do with veterans. Anybody that has if whenever your daughter or something gets out and she needs assistance or anything, if it comes to disability claims, I do workshops every Sunday on my other channel. It's the Vet Aware project that's on top right here. That's my other channel, and that's strictly just veteran stuff. I tried to separate it because I was blurring the lines too much, and I was trying to help veterans, and then I had a dumbass MAGA come out of nowhere and ask a stupid ass MAGA question. But if it's veteran stuff, I answer any questions. No payment needed. It's just basically me being a veteran, helping out the veterans so that they can get their disabilities, entitlements, tax exemptions, whatever the hell it is. I just do workshops every Sunday. So that's about it. But
Thank you, because she needs 2 knee replacements at 22. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, if anything, I do those workshops on Sunday. On the other thing, and the link that I have on the bio on this page is the Veteran Awareness Project page on YouTube. And that's the one I do every Sunday, and that's 12 noon every Sunday. I'm there. It's usually a specific topic. Like this week, I know I'm doing the disability codes and going over the top 10 disability codes and what they are, what the ratings are that you can get in the percentages. And then it's just as people have questions, they just shoot away and I just answer. No matter what the question is, you leave with an answer. So we'll continue doing that.
Much.
Try to grow from there. But appreciate the conversation.
It has been. Me too. It has been my complete pleasure. Thank you so much.
Likewise. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Sagi, Myra, appreciate y'all as always for being here. We'll be ramping up more lives soon, as long as TikTok don't keep banning me. But we'll keep on ramping up the lives. Kids start school in a week and a half, so I'm gonna have time. So we're gonna be on here. So hope to see y'all. Y'all be good. Be good to one another. Take care of one another. Look out for one another. Love one another. And stay marvelous while doing it, y'all. I'm just Cruz, signing out. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Right.
Good night. Okay, so that'll conclude the Cruz talk on this. Just having a conversation. That was just random conversations, and we just had a bunch of conversations just on different topics, different things, just highlighting things, just going over the stuff. We did have our little we did get our little ban because somebody decided to report us, even though we were talking the actual stuff. But we'll always continue to do this stuff, and we'll continue to talk. So as always, appreciate y'all. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of each other. I will see you on the next one. Peace.